is your home for the Trojans. Girard Sports Live.
Snap and leans forward, and that's touchdown number 4 for Scott Moore.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net.
Hooks, throw over to Adolph, quickly down inside, wrap around Boatman, found herself in the right place, foul, and the bucket!
He'll try a 3 and hits. Adolph with it up top, being guarded by Gass. Girard down the lane, off the glass, and good. Nice instinct by Adolph to just take it to the bucket.
Fielded on the short hop, fires this one across. Able to throw the runner out by a step and a half.
Pitch to the outside to Ashbacher. Gets a good block on the outside, and he's in for the touchdown.
It's time for the Trojans. On your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crawcan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crawcan has to offer at ckt.net. And a good evening to you all from Frank Jameson Field here in Girard. Trojans in the, I'm confused if this is week 9 or if this is the first week of the playoffs. I'm going to go ahead and call it the playoffs as Trojans welcome in the Bishop Ward Cyclones here tonight. And programming note, Jess Murphy not with us tonight. He's with the Trojan volleyball team there at the state championships in Hutch tonight, and certainly wish those girls the best of luck. And I think Jess is doing a audio-only broadcast from Hutch tonight, so if you're keeping up with that action, hats off to you. But the football guys in action here tonight coming up in about 35 minutes. We'll have kickoff from here in Frank Jameson Field. In Jess's stead, we've dipped into the well of talent at Varsity Sports Live and brought in one BJ Harris. BJ, thanks for stepping in tonight, saving this broadcast.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm excited to be here. It's playoff football here in Girard, and that's always an exciting time for the Trojans to get going on the gridiron here in the playoffs. Anytime it's the playoffs, my microphone doesn't sound all that great. Anytime you're in the playoffs, Josh, it's going to be, what is going on?
Something.
Just keep talking.
All right, well, it is a one-and-done situation. I know that maybe it's not considered the playoffs, and they're calling it Week 9 here in Kansas high school football. But if the Trojans lose tonight, their season's over. If they win, according to the bracket, they'll go on to play the winner of Topeka, Hayden, and Hiawatha. And just between you and me and the internet, my money's on Hayden. They're 7-1 coming into that game. Hiawatha at 2-6. So if the Trojans win tonight, they're going to punch their ticket to head up to Topeka, likely to take on Topeka, Hayden. So stranger things have happened, but they're the obvious favorite in that game. Trojans coming into tonight's game 5-3. Bishop Ward 1-6. We'll talk over the keys to the game, get you a look at our area matchups as well as starting lineups. All that coming up around the corner when we fire up the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. All that coming up on the other side of the break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Why settle for less than the best? Crawcan's Gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Crawcan has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Crawcan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
The first one here is a 2017 Ford Focus with only 21,000 miles. That one's not for sale though. I'm going to probably keep that one. Hi, my name's Eddie. 2016 Chevy Malibu with only 13,000 miles, but I might hang on to that one too. So let me show you the next one. Ford F-150, but that one's going to stay with me too. So let's go down to the next one here. Hi, I'm Eddie. 2017 F-150, so we have 3 of them. I could probably let that one go. Hi, my name's Eddie. 2015 Ford Transit Cargo. I'm going to keep that one because I have to move here soon. But the rest of them, you're welcome to come out and look at. And I think you'd like a lot of them. We appreciate your business.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Welcome back to Frank Jamison Field. Trojans getting set to take on the Bishop Ward Cyclones. This is the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Tarot Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, Trojans come in tonight 5-3 on the season. They're coming off a 28-0 win here at home against Anderson County on senior night. Trojan offense racked up 370 total yards on Anderson County, and they're hoping for that type of offensive production here tonight against Bishop Ward. They are 1-6 on the season. They're coming off of a 33-20 loss at Santa Fe Trail last week, and so they're hoping to get their ship righted and extend their season one more week here on the road tonight in Girard. It's an absolutely beautiful night here in Crawford County for high school football as the sun getting ready to set off in the west, and we've got great conditions for this game here tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the area matchups. Lots of games going on around the state this week here in this first round of the playoffs, or week 9, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And our area matchups brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins Auto and Towing can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. All right, some games took place last night here in this, whatever it is, first round of the playoffs, or week 9.
Well, it's going to be the first round of the playoffs because anytime you're in a situation where you could lose and not play the next week, you're probably going to be in the playoffs, is what that would sound like.
So last night, Oswego defeated Linden 60-50. Silver Lake pounded Galena 61-0. Southeast beat, no, I knew I was going to have trouble with this. I almost wrote it out phonetically. Maranatha Academy.
Maranatha Academy.
Maranatha Academy.
Yeah.
See, there we go. 62-0. Southeast came out on top on that one. St. Paul was defeated 54-0 by Burlingame. Columbus pounded Horton 62-16. Riverton defeated Eureka 40-36. Northeast fell to Yates Center 56-30. I'm sorry, 56-50. Tight game there. And then Neodesha defeated Anderson County 21-13. Now the game's going on tonight across the area. 2-6 Coffeyville is at 5-3 Fort Scott. 6-2 Pittsburgh is at 6-2 Highland Park up in the Topeka area. 4-4 Labette County is at 4-4 Sumner Academy. 0-8 Independence at 7-1 Wamego. 2-6 Parsons is at 6-2 Columbus. 4-4 Iola travels to 6-2 Prairie View. And 1-7 Paola is on the road at 6-2 Chanute. 5-3 Council Grove is on the road at 6-2 Caney Valley. Baxter Springs at 2-6 travels to 8-0. Burlington at 4-4 is at 4-4 Holton. 2-6 Atchison County is at 8-0 Humboldt tonight. And Troy at 5-3 travels to Lynn County to take on 5-3 Jayhawk Lynn. So a lot of high school action going on around the area tonight. Television stations are out covering this one tonight as well. Saturation coverage here in Girard for what's going to be a good matchup here tonight between the Trojans and the Bishop Ward Cyclones.
They haven't really found a good solution necessarily to this first round matchups, this week 9 matchups. They've tried some different things. This is the first year of a new style of offense or new playoff system. In the years past, it was where a couple of teams would play in week 9 that had absolutely no chance to continue on to the playoffs. They were the bottom teams of their district, and that's how that worked out.
You mean Independence?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you get to a point where you are now seeding teams, these first week matchups can be pretty rough. That's way better. I'm not exactly sure. I think we got some issues with your mic. My mic sounds wonderful. Whenever yours is on is when we got problems. We'll get it fixed, and you'll have to take mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, yeah.
How about that?
Hey.
Good to go. Thank you.
Well, hello.
Nice job.
All right.
Daryl, he doesn't know what he fixed, but he fixed something, so that's all that matters.
Unplugging things and plugging them back in.
I think it only made it better for us. I think everybody else at home probably doesn't know what we're talking about.
I have no idea.
But,
it's just you and me.
But you get those lopsided matchups, and there's going to be a few of those a few of those types of matchups that have some lopsidedness to them. And I don't know what we're going to see here today with Bishop Ward. It's a team that has struggled a little bit this year. I know some of the competition that they've played, a win over Baldwin. That's not a ton to write home about. We're getting you.
Yeah.
And we'll see what we have in store here for the Trojans. They should have one of those setups, perhaps, that they're in the driver's seat for tonight. There's going to be a few of those. I think Pittsburgh Highland Park might be the matchup there of all the ones that should be close.
Yeah, both teams coming in at 6-2, and from what I've heard about Highland Park, they're very similar to that Topeka High team that Pittsburgh played last week. So, an interesting one there going on at Hutch Field. We'll take a quick break. We come back. We'll get you your keys to the game, your starting lineups as we get closer to kickoff here in Girard. First round of the playoffs, Trojans and the Cyclones coming up. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
Communicating with current and potential customers is a must in the world of business. Advertising is nothing more than communication and an invitation. Look no further than Norris Advertising, offering a wide variety of services from billboards, radio across the 4 states, and digital ad services like ZTV, YouTube, geofencing, streaming, and more beyond the local view. Looking to upgrade your storefront? Norris Advertising is your go-to for local digital sign sales. Norris Advertising. Get your ads to work.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com.
Are you tired of waiting for your internet to load at a snail's pace? Or feeling like your connection is slower than a sloth's morning routine? Maybe your current internet feels as speedy as a sunbathing turtle. Well, say goodbye to the slow lane and welcome.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Welcome back to a rockin' Frank Jameson Field here in Girard. We're about 16 minutes away from kickoff between the Trojans and the Bishop Ward Cyclones. This is the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. I'm Josh Lettner. Alongside me, BJ Harris. We got Daryl McLeod in mission control, throwing the switches and turning the dials. Sarah Goebel on the cameras tonight. It's our crew from here in Girard. And BJ, the Trojans facing an opponent who struggled this year, but the Trojans have had their problems early in games, getting off the bus, getting out of the locker room, whatever you want to call it, getting off to a quick start.
Yeah, you always got to get started fast, especially when you're in the playoffs, and you've got some unknowns here with the team that you're not going to know a lot about, not a lot of traditional history with Bishop Ward in the football game. Seen them out at the state baseball tournament a few times, I think, but you want to don't let any a semblance of hope get into the hearts and minds of the Bishop Ward team. Like you said, their record's not great. They haven't played a real tough schedule, and so if you could get on them earlier, you could go a long ways to kind of setting the tempo and letting this be a game to get right, heading into what would be anticipated to be a tough one next week. Now, you can't overlook a team either, and sometimes that lends to that slow start if you're looking to next week. So you've got to take care of the task at hand, but if the Trojans come out here and play the way they have played at times this year and in general at this year, they should have a really good chance to get to the next round of the playoffs and take care of a business here tonight.
Those keys to the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for them and their family. Stop by and see them at the intersection of highways 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. We'll step away for another break. When we come back, we'll get you your starting lineups as we get closer to kickoff from here in Girard. And a reminder, the Girard volleyball team in action tonight in Hutch at the state championship game. That's where Jess Murphy is doing a audio-only broadcast from up there due to
arrangement between Keisha and
All right.
NFHS.
Don't get me started.
Can't get you video of that one because big government. But other than that, tune in and check out that action from Hutch, and we certainly wish those girls the best of luck. And we're all cheering for you in absentia tonight here from Frank Jameson Field. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get you your starting lineups, your opening kickoff, and a little bit of football. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Are you tired of waiting for your internet to load at a snail's pace? Or feeling like your connection is slower than a sloth's morning routine? Maybe your current internet feels as speedy as a sunbathing turtle. Well, say goodbye to the slow lane and welcome to Crawcan Fiber Optic Internet, where we leave the slow movers in the dust. You'll zoom through the web faster than Sharky being swarmed by his adoring fans. Crawcan Fiber Optic Internet, because life's too short to wait for slow connections.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil change. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to 4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Welcome back to Girard America, getting set for tonight's matchup between the Trojans and the Bishop Ward Cyclones. I'm Josh Leonard, alongside me, Jess Murphy. And there you see the Girard Trojans taking the field tonight for the first round of the playoffs. As they're trying to extend their season, they will play the winner of Topeka Hayden and Hiawatha tonight. Hayden is 7-1, Hiawatha is 2-6. You can guess which way that one's likely to go. And if the Trojans are fortunate enough to win this one here tonight, they will earn themselves a trip to our state capital to take on Topeka Hayden. And I thought they played at Hummer Sports Park, but you're saying they had their own facility.
Yep, it's nice. It's a nice enough place.
Well,
but I tell you what, none of the guys out there right now should be thinking about Topeka Hayden. They got to take care of Bishop Ward. Again, I kind of go back to a lot of times this puts a lot of work towards your coaches to get your teams ready to go in the playoffs, to figure out who these teams are you maybe haven't seen before. And again, the way that kind of setup was before, you'd play another regional opponent. You'd play somebody nearby from a nearby district, so you might know it might be a Parsons or something like that. That's not the case this time. These guys are coming all the way down. In fact, in 3A, there's teams driving all over the state of Kansas. I saw online where it was Marysville playing at Holcomb. It's a 580-mile drive out there in a first-round playoff game.
Sheesh.
And so we should be fortunate, one, to be playing at home. You get to play in front of your home crowd for sure at least one more time. And
then at least on this half of the state if we win.
Yeah. So it should be fun.
Oh. Well,
Bishop Ward playing their starters a little close to the vest tonight, so we don't have those for you, but we are pretty familiar with the Trojan starters.
In their defense, we did not ask.
Well, we didn't badger them about it. That's for sure. Our starting lineups are brought to you by the Jagged Edge. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. All right, your starters tonight for the Girard Trojans at wide receiver, 6'3", 198-pound junior Gannon Clark. At the tailback spot, 6 foot, 182-pound junior Love. At one of the wingback spots, number 10, a 5'8", 130-pound sophomore, Corvin Bowen. At the quarterback, likely to get the start tonight is Siler Salmon, 6'1", 150-pound senior. Coming back off that injury he suffered during the game at Iola. Then at the other wingback, number 21, a 5'9", 140-pound junior, Aiden Ashbacher. At the tight end spot, number 40, a 6'5", 230-pound senior, Scott Moore. Along the line, we've got number 53, Owen Murray, a 5'10", 155-pound junior. Blake Brocob, number 55, he's a 5'11", 195-pound sophomore. Number 70, Caleb Humble, a 5'8", 240-pound junior. Number 73, Aaron DeBrava, 6'2", 240-pound senior. And number 75, Zach Benzo, 5'10", 340-pound senior. So a lot of beef up front for the Trojans and for Bishop Ward. They got some pretty big dudes. They were out there warming up, BJ, and I think they'll probably get the start. They've got a 290-pound offensive tackle, Jordan Hendricks. He's a junior. They've got a 290-pound center, Jeffrey Macias. So we'll see those guys up front, but that's all I could tell from looking at the warm-ups. We'll just get them as they come out, I guess.
Yeah, they definitely were big up front. If they put those boys up front, the Trojans may have some matchup issues, at least between the tackles, but I think the speed with those guys is going to be an issue getting to the edge, and certainly the Trojans have ample speed on the edge between Corbin Bowen getting out on there, and really the couple of games that I've been here to be able to watch for the Trojans, he's really stood out to me as a game breaker and a guy that can change the game in a hurry. And so see if the speed comes into play here tonight for the Trojans. And the other thing you mentioned there in your starting lineups, a lot of seniors, and that's one of the things that you start playing late in the season. You play in front of your hometown. Zach Benzo is frothing at the mouth right now. I can tell you right there, getting ready to get on the Frank Jameson Field, because you never know when your last game's going to be here at Frank Jameson Field. I remember mine vividly, and knowing that the next opportunity we might have to play was, on the road for two straight weeks. And so it was a good moment, and these guys are going to be thinking about it. And when you're an underclassman in that situation, you want to start playing for those guys and making sure you're doing your part to send them out the right way here at home. And I hope that's part of the conversations going on with the Trojans.
Well, Siler Salmon's down there warming up on the sidelines. Looked like he is going to get the start tonight. And I think, BJ, it's important for the Trojans. When we look at last week's game, Scott Moore had a lot of big plays that were really the difference in that game. Running the football out of the Wildcat, and then also a couple of big receptions. And I think it's important for the Trojans and Siler Salmons to try and get him the ball as early as possible tonight.
Yeah, I talked about coaches having to figure out what the game plan may be for one of these opponents you don't know. It wasn't that difficult, I don't think, for Bishop Ward to figure out who they needed to stop. And most teams coming into this game against the Trojans week in and week out have known that number 40 is a guy that you better get your hands on. You better keep him at the line of scrimmage. Don't let him get out into space. Don't let him get down the field, because he's going to be bigger than you, stronger than you, and can jump higher. And so, limiting him at the line of scrimmage is going to got to be a goal for Bishop Ward. Can they do it? I guess we're going to find out.
All right, we'll step away for our final break of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. When we come back, kickoff from here in Girard between the Trojans and the Cyclones. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. About a minute away from kickoff here in Girard as the Trojans getting set to take on the Bishop Ward Cyclones. I'm Josh Lettner alongside me, Jess. Not Jess Murphy.
My goodness.
I'm so used to saying it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's muscle memory, man. Muscle memory.
I got
BJ
you.
Harris alongside me here. I'll never live that one down.
Yeah.
And they're getting set for the coin toss. And without Jess here, BJ, we'll never know the goings on inside that coin toss huddle. We'll just have to guess.
I bet you there's a 50-50 shot something's going to happen out there.
Something will happen.
Yeah.
And we'll have no idea because we don't have Jess Murphy.
We're a little late
our
waiting
man on the field.
Bishop Ward to come out of the locker room. They're late coming out of the locker room. Trojans are ready to go and have been for a bit. You said 1 minute to kickoff. And 1 minute before that clock was out, there was nobody
here they come.
for the other team out here yet. So
and
your kickoff's going to be a little delayed, I'm guessing.
If you want to come watch some good high school football action, there's still seats available tonight, especially over on the visitor side. So come on out here to Frank Jameson Field. Cheer on the Trojans.
You'll appreciate this living up close to the Metro now. As far as those folks are concerned, Southeast Kansas is the other side of the moon.
Oh, yeah. Appalachia.
I had a kid filling in for me on a broadcast. He grew up in Tonganoxie, which is way far north as far as they're concerned.
Yeah.
And he was calling the Spring Hill Paola game a good Southeast Kansas matchup.
Oh, my goodness.
And so he was confused because it was southeast of his location.
It's south of the Metro.
Kansas.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
So, I think the daunting drive down here to Southeast Kansas deters a lot of people. I make that drive all the time, folks.
He crosses I-35 and starts whistling Dixie.
Yeah, it's too far south.
Oh, boy.
But that's okay. The Trojans are here, Trojan fans are here, and it's playoff time to take care of business. You're just going to let the ghost of Murph do the coin toss out there?
I'm not going to do the play-by-play of the coin toss.
Murphy's out doing volleyball. I was going to go check.
Yeah.
We were on the air as they were wrapping up their first
He's
match.
not texting me score updates, so
he's probably checking in with us in between matches. They were a little delayed out there. I know they were well behind schedule when he went on the air from what they had listed as the schedule for that first round game, and so hoping the Trojans take care of business out at state volleyball. It's a big deal for the Trojans. We've been out there a few years over the time, but it's not an annual trip certainly for the Trojans, so always good to get out to the state volleyball tournament. Hutchinson, they do a great job with their state tournament stuff. Josh Gooch, the athletic director at Hutchinson Community College, and they know how to do events out there. That's one thing for sure. All right.
Well, if you get score updates from any of the games going on across the state tonight, go ahead and text those to Jess Murphy. I know he's not here, but he'll appreciate knowing, and hopefully it'll be a little bit irritating. Well, they're showing him the coin, BJ. This is a coin. It has two sides.
Columbus and Parsons got to play back-to-back weeks because of the playoff draw. Columbus took care of business against Parsons. They're over on our Columbus Sports Live channel. That may be a decent matchup, I think. Parsons, they took care of them okay, but, man, that'd be tough to re-rack it and just come right back to work.
It's hard to beat somebody twice, especially when you just turn right around and play them again.
But you should be fully prepared for them, whereas these two teams don't know anything about each other. Those two are quite familiar with one another.
Yeah. And based on the reaction, I'm going to think the Trojans probably won the toss and elected to defer.
You act like that after a coin toss regardless of how it ends. Yeah, you got to get fired up. It's about game time.
Well, we're getting set for our opening kickoff, brought to you by Farmers Bank. Farmers Bank's proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard.
Get this going on here, playoff football. You don't care who the opponent is. You get to snap the football again here in week number 9 and keep on playing and keep going, and that's the idea. There was a time even back in the day when the district matchups were you played those 3 district games, and it was winner take all. That's who went to the playoffs, and so oftentimes you would be playing week 9 with no chance to go on and play in week 10. If you had lost that first game of district, oftentimes you had to go 3-0 in district play to get to the playoffs. That's a tough draw. And for years, there was a lot of really good Girard teams that ended up in a district with a Fort Scott or somebody like that, or Chanute when they were rolling. And so this does give more guys opportunities to get that playoff feel. But in this week 9, we kind of sort out who's supposed to be in the playoffs and who isn't. And that's what we're going to do here in a minute.
Edward Freeman set to kick it away. I'm sorry, that's Juan Torres kicking it away for Bishop Ward. Scott Moore and Corbin Bowen back to receive for the Trojans. Bowen will play it on the hop across the 25, gets across the 30, finally brought down at the 32, and that's where the Trojans will start their first drive of the ball game. First down and 10.
I can see Bowen getting away from that kickoff coverage team at some point this evening.
He's shifting.
He was just about a tackle away from getting there this time.
Siler Sammons brings a play in from the sideline, and got a little inside information that Ben Cullen was battling an illness this week, so that might be why Siler's getting the start here tonight. And they've kind of been interchangeable throughout the season anyway. Sammons will line up in the pistol. Junior Love in the backfield behind him. Handoff goes to Love, fighting ahead across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. A good gain of about 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, real good run in the hole. He got up into the hole and had a nice little shift to the left to find the gap that had opened up there. It wasn't quite where it was supposed to be, but Love able to find it. What was probably going to be a 1-yard gain, a 5-yard gain.
And that Trojan offensive line is wanting to be the more physical unit here tonight, and when they are the more physical unit, this offense really clicks. Second down and 5 now for the Trojans from the 37. They'll put a man in motion. That's that's Levi Blair. And Sammons will keep it himself on the option out across the 45 to the 46. Good enough for a Trojan first down.
Yeah, good read, good pull on the dive. Not sure if that was even ever going to be planned to be good, but they sucked in on that dive and made that open on that edge. Wide open, easy run.
Gain of 9 on the play for Sammons. Trojans get their first down of the game with 11 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
Trojans will have some work to do with number 60 over the ball there. Alfredo Delgado, 6'1", 260. Space Eater right there over Benzo. He's got his work cut out. Good matchup. Busted play.
Busted play. Salmon's just going to try and make some chicken salad, and he gets out for a gain of about 3 to the 48. It'll bring up second down and 7.
Salmon's with the keeper.
The offense the Trojans run requires a lot of timing, a lot of things to be right on time when you're going in motion. You're trying to get guys the ball in motion. And you mentioned that's been a battle all season long with trying to make sure you're going the right direction. But there's just so much movement in the background. That's when you see these offenses that run this, wing offense, flexbone offense. They're going to, when they really are clipping, they can move that and not make those mistakes. You got to be clean. Still got 2 yards on.
And they do test the discipline of a defense. Handoff straight ahead to Love this time, makes a man miss out across the 45 into Cyclone territory down to the 43, and that's enough for another Trojan first down.
Mike Love's change of direction really sticks a foot in the ground, able to break off and move just a little bit. It's a little slide step that's able to get a few extra yards.
Another gain of 9 yards for the Trojans. 1st and 10 now at the Bishop Ward 43.
Good for a Trojan first down.
Trojans come out 2 wide. Scott Moore to the far side. Gannon Clark to the near side. They'll go straight ahead with Love again. A flag down on the play as Love wrestled back by a couple of safeties. The ball comes out at the end. They're going to rule him down. They give him forward progress all the way up to the 36 pending the penalty.
Yeah, they're going to get Humble on a block below the waist on Delgado that I mentioned earlier, and that's how they're going to deal with Delgado is cut him and chop block the call. And they call a chop block if you're engaged up high and then somebody else comes in and cuts them while you're engaged. That's an illegal block, and I didn't see the actual block, but that's a big one. It's a fairly new rule. It used to be, we were taught. It was called stab and cut, which meant you had to go up and hit the guy, and the guy coming in behind. In fact, 55 out there for them was my guy. His dad was the one that came in and cut. I'd stab him, he'd cut him, and it works pretty good. Now it's kind of an illegal play.
Works a little too good. It backs the Trojans up to the 42-yard line. 1st and, 20-something.
Yeah, it's a 15-yard penalty. It's a tough one.
Need to reach the 33 of Cyclone territory for the first down. Long way to go.
Luckily, it's on first down, and they've been able to get pretty good yardage on each play so far.
Salmons pitches ahead, a little shovel pass, ends up in the hands of, I think that was Ashbacher. It was either Ashbacher or Blair. It's Levi Blair who gets it out across midfield. Or they're going to mark him down right at the midfield stripe. It'll bring up second down and about 17.
That time it was big number 54, Raymond Gordon, 6'1", 250, D tackle for them. They've got some D tackles that can play a little bit. That's going to get him.
Hard count got him.
If you haven't seen that, if you haven't ran against that much this year, I don't know if Bishop Ward has seen it, but I would have been the same way as a D lineman. That guy starts moving like that because they're taught to kind of rise up quick and move, and it's an abnormal movement you don't normally see at the line of scrimmage. Worked for 5.
Going to put the ball at the 45-yard line.
12.
Bring up a second down and 12 now for the Trojans, and it's just getting more and more manageable. Couple more hard counts and they'll be there.
Probably could get away with a few of those tonight.
You pitch it out to Blair around the end, trying to find the corner. He does across the 40, 35, and he's out of bounds about a yard shy of the line to gain. They're going to mark him out at the 36.
That was actually
so a gain of 9.
Played pretty well by Tyler Holmes out on that edge. He just couldn't make the tackle. Moore was out there to block him, and he was able to fight off Moore's block and be in position to make the tackle. Just a nice job by Blair to be able to run out of it. Would be tackling.
Call it 3rd and 3 for the Trojans. As Salmons will run the play in from the sideline. A big third down here early in this one. 8 minutes to play first quarter. Scoreless here between the Trojans and the Cyclones.
Moore at quarterback.
Scott Moore in the Wildcat. He'll take the snap out of the pistol, lowers the shoulder, drives ahead, has the first down before being corralled and driven back, but that's going to move the chains for the Trojans.
Man, what a weapon when you need 3 yards on third down to hand it to your big boy. Salmon's a little bit ginger running over to the sidelines. Coach, if Coach would have named me starting quarterback, I'd have been very excited. And then I find out that I've got to run to the sideline every play.
No.
I would have turned down the job.
Sorry.
You want me to run about 40 yards every play? No thanks.
I'll just take my phone out there with me and you text me and play. 1st and 10, Trojans at the 31. Salmon's getting his steps in tonight. He's in the pistol. Love in the backfield behind him, and there's another 5 yards for the Trojans.
Right on the play.
As that was Xavion Pickens, who stepped into the neutral zone, the 5'11", 215-pound junior. And that's free 5 yards for the Trojans up to the 26.
They're actually rotating. They don't have a real deep bench. There's 11 on the field and about 11 on the sideline right now, so about 22 players all told for Bishop Ward, but they are rotating in and out. They've got a nice offering of big dudes, and they're running them in and out at D-line, but I think some of that rhythm is going to cause some offsides penalties.
Now, I've heard the PA announcer call them the Tornadoes a few times. Are we correct using Cyclones, or should we
about 100%
go
sure
with
it's
the more
Cyclones?
Junior Love picks up about 2 yards on the carry there. It'll bring up a second down and about 3.
I don't know the meteorological, I shouldn't even try to say that word, difference between a cyclone and a tornado, but
I'm pretty sure they're the same. They're interchangeable terms, like bison and buffalo. Isn't that the same?
I think so.
Handoff straight ahead to Junior Love. He's going to be close to another Trojan first down. Up to about the 21. There's no signal yet for the chains, and it is a first down.
Good push up front. The O-line is winning that battle in the trenches. They're going to try to keep those guys fresh, but the O-line's just getting a nice push and allowing that offense to develop in the backfield.
1st and 10 for the Trojans from the 21. Lone wide receiver to the far side, Gannon Clark. They've got Scott Moore lined up in the slot on the far side. Here's the snap straight ahead again to Love. Spins off a tackle, trying to drive forward. Takes a defender for a ride all the way down to the 12-yard line. And it'll be a good game there on first down. It'll bring up a second down about 3.
Yeah, and a good bit of sportsmanship from Love. He helped the guy that helped him down up. That's always a good thing to see. But Love, he's really liking that push because he's able to get up in the line and kind of see where he wants to be, and he's got the feet to be able to get there.
So the Trojans doing a good job here on this drive of staying ahead of the chains. We've seen him have some trouble with that in the past, but
they did overcome that long penalty on the chop block.
Boy, they did.
Able to get over and keep the chains moving.
2 wide to the far side. Moore lined up in the slot. Clark, the wide out. Snap. They're going to try and hand it straight ahead to Junior Love. Good job of penetration that time by that defensive front for Bishop Ward, and they'll stop him for no gain. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3. He may have even lost a yard.
Yep.
Bring up a 3rd and 4.
Not Cyclones. Cyclone.
Cyclone? Just one Cyclone?
Yes, singular.
Got it. We're going to go with that.
The Cyclones, that would be Ottawa. Plural. Free 5.
Blair in motion, gets him again. And there's another 5 yards, and that'll be a first down for Girard.
I think I said this the last time I was down here with you, but it's the hardest and easiest thing to do in football, to sit there over the ball, knowing that that's the thing that tells you when to go, and having a guy right across you move a little bit. And if you can stay in that stance and stay loaded up the way you're supposed to when that ball moves, you'll be in a position to make a play. Otherwise, you're going to make a mistake and give a free first down.
1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line. Now they're going to put Scott Moore in at quarterback. Siler Salmon's way out at the wide out. Levi Bear lined up in the slot. They'll put Bowen in motion. Moore fakes the handoff to Bowen. He goes straight ahead. Trojan line trying to give him the push. And he's in the end zone. And there's a flag down towards the end of the play. We'll see what it's all about. And it looked like he made it in, but they're going to mark him down just short of the goal line.
I have no idea, unless it's a face mask of some kind. Yes. Yep.
And it is a face mask against Bishop Ward, but if it's half the distance to goal, you're giving up an inch.
Oh, they didn't call that in.
No.
Heck, I thought they called that in.
I thought it was a touchdown. He looked like he fell into the end zone, and they marked him down just shy of the line, so Scott Moore's going to get another shot at it.
They may have got him on forward progress just a little bit. It had stalled just a little bit at the goal line. I bet you gets it here.
And he does. Scott Moore in the end zone for the touchdown. And the Trojans jump out to a 6-0 lead.
Nothing fancy about that drive. Just smash mouth football and doing what they need to do, and to be able to overcome that penalty where they did, and as big as it was, to keep the chains moving and get that touchdown. That's a nice drive. You talked about starting good. That's all you needed to do when you go out on the field and take the opening drive down the field. And take a lot of time off the clock as well.
Took over 11 minutes on that drive. The kick is no good. And so the Trojans will lead at 6-0. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay. There's a kickoff fielded at about the 15-yard line. That's Tyler Holmes, and he's dropped at about the 28. That's where Bishop Ward will take over 1st and 10. I think they're going to give him forward progress up to the 29 or the 30.
It's okay. That's fine.
And that's where Bishop Ward will take over 1st and 10. 3:35 to play first quarter. Trojans leading at 6-0. Trojans went on a 17-play, 68-yard drive to score their first touchdown on a 1-yard run by Scott Moore to give them this 6-0 lead. Here's the snap, a quick pitch trying to get around the end is Tyler Holmes.
Fast.
And he does. He's got some speed. Bowen chasing him down the field. It's a foot race, and Bowen will catch him, but not till he reaches the Trojan 20-yard line. I think they're going to mark him down inside of it at the 19.
At least 50. I don't know where the ball was marked. He's
fast. A 51-yard run by Tyler Holmes.
He got out there once he started opening up on the stride. Hey, give it to Corbin Bowen to get a good pursuit angle, and his speed, I think, helped him get there.
Well, Trojans managed to keep him out on that play, but they're going to have to secure the edges of that defense. As again, here it comes the other direction, trying to get around the corner, and the Trojans do a better job on the near side as they drop him. Looks like a gain of about 3 on the play.
Yeah, they're going to try to get to the edge. You saw the speed once they got into that second level. You really need to keep things at the line of scrimmage with this team. Don't let them get in the open field. I want to put our 75 center against their 75 center. We'll just figure this out one man on one man.
Uh-oh. Quintavian Pike in at the quarterback slot. There's a timeout on the field. Bishop Ward wants to talk it over.
We'll take a timeout as well. 2.5 to play first half. Trojans lead at 6-0. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans leading at 6-0, but after a 51-yard run by Tyler Holmes, Bishop Ward knocking on the door, but there's a big defensive play by Girard as Levi Bear blows that one up in the Cyclone backfield.
Really nice job by Blair to fight off his block. He was one-on-one with a blocker and just shed him and got in position to make that play.
Backs him all the way up to the 21-yard line. I'll bring up a 3rd down and 11. Four wide this time for Pike. He'll get the snap back, looking to throw, being pressured, and the Trojans are going to get there. And there's your sack, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you tomorrow morning at Eastside Cafe for the $1 Trojan sack, short stack.
Hey, we should do that. Autograph signing with the voice of the Trojans?
No.
You'll sign their pancake? And it's the star of that commercial, making the sack to get everybody those pancakes as well.
That's right. Brings up a 4th down.
You make it, bub?
Maybe. Jury's out. Pike, they're going to go for this. Takes a snap, looking to throw. Airs it out, has a man, and he can't make the catch. Had a step on the outside. The Trojan defender was Robbie Brunig. And he was in good position, but it was a great throw over the top. And the intended receiver, Tyler Holmes, couldn't haul it in. And that'll turn it over on down to the Trojans.
Yeah, nice job by the Trojan defense. You get gashed on that first play. Again, you don't necessarily know what you're going to deal with here. And they get out in the open field, take off running. Now you know you need to keep number 10 kind of in wraps. But if you go here with the Trojans and get that stop defensively and turn them going the other direction.
Ball rests at the 24-yard line of the Trojans. 1st down. Another handoff straight up the middle to Junior Love, and he's got some room out across the 35. They'll blow him. His forward progress stopped. They'll blow it dead at the 36-yard line. And I think actually that was Mason Gilmore.
And on the play is good for a Trojan first down.
Call it a gain of 11 up to the 35 for a Trojan first down. You're right, BJ. A lot of running back and forth to the sideline. That's how
they run the plays in.
I know.
We used to have wide receivers that we made to do that, but they'd
those
switch
guys like
in and
to
out.
run.
They'd switch them in and out, so you didn't have to do it back-to-back plays.
Right.
But this keeps the best guys on the field.
Salmons with the snap. Going to hand it off straight ahead again to Gilmore. Not much there as Mason kind of squats down and takes a seat at about the 38-yard line, a gain of 2.
Yeah, real nice play by Keelan Overton. He got in there for the Cyclone to get in there and make that play, coming right down the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Trojans lead at 6-0. They're driving. When we come back, you're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live. Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Back at it, Frank Jameson Field in Girard, Kansas. Trojans with the ball back on offense. Second possession of this game. Handoff, Levi Blair. That's Gilmore rather again with another, this time a big gainer for Gilmore. And he's got the first down across the 45 up near 50-yard line.
Brought down by number 22, Aguara.
Josh made the mistake of having the broadcasters curse and going on the air before using the facilities, so left me hanging. First down to 10 for the Trojans, just shy of the 50-yard line. Salmon's in at quarterback. Toss sweep near side. Ashbacher, he's got a lot of running room at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, shot out of bounds just shy of the 15-yard line. A good game for the Trojans, as Ashbacher all the way up across the 20 up to the 19-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 32. $32-yard gain for Ashbacher, and the Trojans are in business inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Moore will be the wideout near his side. You don't get it back now. Turn, handoff for Blair, and he's going to be spun down for a gain of a couple. Here's Josh. You'll need these. You'll need these.
Wonder why we're all twisted up there. What?
Ashbacher had a 32-yard run. That's how we're down here.
Okay.
So now you're all caught up.
There's a snap on the end around. It's Corbin Bowen that was Siler Sammons. Just kept it, and he's shoved out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
Lucky to get what he got on that play. A nice stiff arm at the line of scrimmage, able to keep that one going. It was about to be stopped for no gain, but Salmon's using some of that strength to keep that arm free and pick up what he could, make a third down and manageable here.
Third and 3 now for the Trojans. Gilmore in the backfield behind Sammons. They'll put Ashbacher in motion. Now they'll get the play from the sideline, and here we go. Handoff straight ahead. Gilmore lowers the shoulder across the 10 to about the 9.
Real close.
Real close.
Don't know if he's got it. Looking at the far side official, they call for a fourth down. You got to go for it here. Trojans got to like their chances to pick up 1 yard on fourth down.
Ball resting right at the 10-yard line. They need to reach the 9 for first down. Big fourth down stand here for the Trojans and for Bishop Ward. Siler Sammons gets it across the goal line. It's Scott Moore out of the quarterback position, and he's in for the touchdown.
Yeah, if you got a fourth down and 1, put 40 in there at quarterback. They've used him on the goal line already in this game for a couple of plays to get into the end zone. And if you're on fourth down and 1 at the 9, you get 40 going forward. A good push by the O-line, too. They knew what they needed to do, and they did it.
That drive keyed by a big 32-yard run by Aiden Ashbacher. Put the Trojans in scoring position. And Scott Moore able to punch it in the Wildcat. And they'll stay in the Wildcat with Moore here going for 2.
Bowen in motion. Again, faking the handoff. Here comes Moore, untouched into the end zone. And the Trojans lead it 14-0. 9:58 to play. First quarter. Trojans 14, Cyclone nothing. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back here watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
.58 to play, first quarter. Trojans on top, 14-0. After a 76 plays and about a minute off the clock. Long kickoff, fielded by Tyler Holmes. And he's brought down.
That's not the solution.
That's not it. At about the 30-yard line, we'll call it the 28. And that's where Bishop Ward will take over again. Their first drive ended on a turnover on downs. Picked up a big first down on a 51-yard run by Holmes, but then couldn't move the chains again. The Trojans took over, drove 76 yards and scored in just 6 plays. Pike gets the snap. Handoff goes to number 9, Keelan Overton. And he'll pick up about 4 yards on first down up to the 34.
DeBrava able to finally get in there and bring him down, tracking him down the line of scrimmage, but they've got to make that tackle at the point of attack. That was too good of a run for where they were able to make contact on first down.
Dude, they're going to give him about 6 on that carry up to the 35. Second down and 4. Pike in the pistol. Here's the snap. They had a little bit of early movement, no flag. And the pitch goes outside to Overton again. And he's driven down at about the 37. It'll be a couple yards short, a long yard short of the sticks. Bring up a third down and 1.
Bishop Ward knows what they do offensively, and they're executing, just trying to battle against this D-line for the Trojans. Trying to pick up their first down. Oh, I guess they had that big long run. They've had 2 first downs.
Yeah, they
trying
have.
to pick up their second first down.
Third down and 1 here from the 38. Oh, there's some busted play. Pike in trouble in the backfield, and he's driven down. And there's another sack. I don't think this gets us any more discounts, though, on those short stacks, unfortunately, but it does drive the Cyclone back. And that puts them in a, you would think, a punting situation here at their own 29-yard line. We'll see what they elect to do. It looks like they are running a punter on.
Both times now, the Trojan defense has been in a situation where they needed to step up. This one not quite as precarious as the first one where they were pinned down deep, but still on a 4th down and short, able to force them into a punting situation.
Get the punt away, a low knuckling punt. It's going to take a vertical hop at about the 40-yard line and then a Trojan roll, and it'll be touched down at that spot by Micah Neely. And the Trojans will take over with pretty darn good field position at their own 40-yard line.
Well, like I said, for the Cyclone, the Trojans know what they can do also offensively. So far, the ground game's been getting it. No reason to go away from that. Everybody's kind of had an opportunity to make a play already here early on in this one, and you just keep doing what you do. DeBrava has to stay off the field to run in a sub for him late, maybe just giving him a break.
Now Ben Cullen in at the quarterback spot
First and 10 for the Trojans at the 40. Said Cullen was battling some illness this week, so it's good to see that he's able to come out and perform tonight. They'll put Ashbacher in motion. Handoff straight ahead to Love. Fights off one tackle. And I think the Bishop Ward defensive front certainly keying on Junior Love right now.
Yeah, Raymond Gordon, the first guy there. And Love able to kind of break out of his would-be tackle, but it was enough to slow him down and allow for some help to come from the rest of the defense.
7:09 to play first half. Trojans leading at 14-0 over Bishop Ward. The Cyclone turned it over on downs their first possession, forced a punt after a 3-and-out on their second possession. That's not right. They did pick up a first down.
The big long run and then went 3-and-out after that.
Yeah, then they went 3-and-out.
You made the same mistake I made.
Yeah, see, I was right. Cullen in the pistol. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff to Love. Back to pass. Has a man deep. It's Scott Moore. That pass nearly picked off as it just hung up in the air. And Tyler Holmes able to come off of his man. He was on Corbin Bowen and kind of made a move over to cover Scott Moore and undercut the pass. Had a chance at the interception but couldn't haul it in. The Trojans will have a 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, Ben's got to put a little bit more zip on the ball. I think he thought that was going to need to be a touch pass to get over the top of the defense. No, if he'd have just put it on the line, Moore would be dancing in the end zone right now. Now the toughest position the Trojan offense has been put in all day so far on this 3rd and very long.
Cullen in the pistol, gets a snap. Play action, back to pass. Throws it deep on the far side, and this one is picked off. That's Devontae Davis who made that interception. And Bishop Ward will get it back at their own 42.
Yeah, both those passes underthrown a little bit. And you didn't necessarily need it to be that far down the field to pick up that first down. It was just a 9-yard route, 10-yard route would have probably got that. They were well downfield. Now put that pressure back on the defense.
6.5 to play first half. Trojans turn it over on the interception, and Bishop Ward with a chance to answer back here at their own 42. Pike in the pistol. Overton in the backfield behind him. Pike back to pass. He's going to air this one out. He has a man deep, and Levi Blair makes up some ground. That ball a little bit underthrown, and Blair able to get there and get a hand on it and knock it away from the intended receiver. That was Jalen Jefferson, and they got some speed on this Bishop Ward team, and he had a step. That ball's just underthrown.
Tell you what, Levi Blair in an early going for our player of the game. He's been doing it on both sides of the ball. He had a couple of good runs offensively, and then that was a beautiful play. Honorable mention on that play goes to DeBrava because he had Pike dead to rights and was coming full extension and was able to pull off just enough because if he would have laid out, it would have been a penalty. So it was a headsy play by the senior.
Bunch formation to the near side. Here's a quick snap. Quick throw to the outside. And the Trojans able to wrap up the ball carrier, Devontae Davis, after a short gain out to about the 46. Call it a gain of 4 on second down. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. And we have an injured Cyclone on the field right now.
Yeah, that's Davis. Slow to get up. A couple of guys actually banged up on that for Bishop Ward. Jalen Jefferson slow also. The Trojans able to get over there. Newton from his secondary spot coming up to provide that help and make the play. It looked like it was going to be a nice gain for them, and they closed it in a hurry, did the Trojan defense.
I think they have the ball marked at the 46, and that's where it'll be when we come back. We'll take a quick break. 6:08 to play first half. Trojans lead at 14-0. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
And we're back. They're able to get
Davis off the field under his own power. Now Pike back in at quarterback for Bishop Ward. Here's the snap. He's in a deep pistol. He's going to let this one fly. Has a man. It's Tyler Holmes, and he's still rolling across the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. And so Bishop Ward started to get their passing game going. Nice slant pattern there.
Yeah, Holmes is their game breaker. They're going to try to get the ball in the hands of number 10. He's the guy that had that big run on that first possession of theirs, and that was a really well-executed play. Trojans a little bit out of position on the back end and able to get inside that defender and make an easy play.
Gain of 26 on the play. Sets up a first down and 10. Pike back to pass once again. He's going to let another one fly, and there's nobody home there. As that one thrown towards the pylon, and nearest receiver was about 6 yards away. And it falls harmlessly to the turf. It'll bring up a second down and 10. Pike heads back over to the sideline.
And saying that about them trying to get the ball to Holmes, they're limited elsewhere. And so the Trojans can put some help over there like they just did to perhaps help on 10. And that's going to leave some other guys singled up. The guy that was injured, Davis, back out there as well for them.
Another bunch formation to the near side. Pike gets the snap, quick throw on a bubble screen to the near side to Devontae Davis. And the Trojans bring him down at about the 15, but that'll be enough for a Bishop Ward first down.
Yeah, using that bubble screen, getting some blockers out in front of the wide receiver, getting the hands of their speedster Davis and letting him go to work, and pretty well executed back-to-back passing plays for.
Gain of 12 on the play. 5:05 and counting. Left to play first half. Trojans trying to keep Bishop Ward out of the end zone, holding on to a 14-0 lead here in the first half of this first round playoff game. They'll stay with that bunch formation to the near side. And now here goes Pike, and he's brought down. There's a flag on the play as Pike.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
He never
there
went
either.
down. I think he may have scored, and then I don't know what happened there.
There's no signal for a touchdown.
No, but there was one because that play needs to continue. They threw the flag for a holding penalty, and then I think everybody forgot that the play was continuing. I did not see him at the ground. He may have. I just missed it, but
I thought he stepped out.
They may have stepped out as well.
There's a wall in the way here, so
it's a spot foul. So that'll be 10 yards from where that infraction happened. And they got bailed out a little bit there, did the Trojans, on that because they were out of sorts. The end did not contain at all. Everybody came in real hard on that play fake on the dive play, and that just opened it up easily for Pike to get out around the edge. And Trojans lucky to get that holding penalty called there.
Bring up a 1st and 20 from the Trojan 25. Pike in the pistol again. They stay with that bunch formation. Here comes a delayed bubble screen to the outside to Davis. And he'll get down around the 21. I think, no, they're going to mark him at the 22. So a gain of 3 on the play.
They're big up front, Bishop Ward is. But my favorite guy is they've got one line. Everybody else is huge, 6'1", 250, 260, 270, and then the one guard just to the right there, real undersized guard. But I've been watching him on some plays and holding his own in there with the big fellas.
4 wide in this set for Pike, and there was a lot of movement. All the wide receivers went before the snap, and that's going to back them up 5.
I was going to call that young man out. His number is not on this roster.
Imagine that.
So I'm going to say it's 64, not 65. Is there another 64 over there? We'll figure it out. He's got his hands full with Zach Benzo over the ball, though.
Well, if it is 64, that's Lucas Medina, 5'6" sophomore. Pass is complete. Trojans missed a tackle on the outside, still running, and is going to get close to the pylon. They're going to mark him out.
Nope.
Touchdown. Bishop Ward. And was that Holmes?
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's fast. They get the ball in his hands. He can run away from you. And I think we got a little psychology going here, perhaps. Trojans, like I said in our pregame, and I've said a couple other times that, you don't know what to expect out of Bishopward. You see a team that's 2-7 or 1-7, 2-6 coming in to play you, and you don't know what to expect. Then you come out 2 drives, pretty well handle them, and I think there was a little relaxation that happened there defensively. And you can't do that. You've got to continue to play as tough as you possibly can, but I think they recognize that we can play with this team a little bit, and so perhaps just a little relaxation, especially on the edges for this Trojan team. You got to come back focused. You're only up by 2 scores, or we're up by 2 scores, and so it's a long way from being done. I think they're certainly the better team in here as the Trojans, but you got to continue to play.
Juan Torres on to attempt the point after, and they're going to substitute a player here real quick. They're still
play clock.
No yards. I don't know what happened there. The old-fashioned do-over. Anyway, Torres on to attempt the point after. Bad snap. The kick is up. And it's good. Trojans lead at 14-7. 4:04 to play first half. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Bishopward Cyclone go 58 yards in 9 plays, capped off with a 22-yard touchdown pass from Pike to Holmes to cut the Trojan lead in half. Girard leading at 14-7. Now Torres on to kick it away. Moore and Bowen back to receive for the Trojans. High, short end-over-end kick. Moore's going to field it on the bounce. Gets a block, makes a man miss, and now 3 guys bring him down at about the 41-yard line. And that's where the Trojans will take over 1st and 10.
Well, the Trojan offense has been able to move the ball, so I know you just gave up a long drive and a well-played drive by the Bishopward offense, but offensively they haven't really had any troubles with this Cyclone defense. So just come back out and keep putting the ball on the ground and move it.
Yep. You got to think the Trojans are probably more worried about their own mistakes offensively than Bishopward's defense doing anything unexpected. And now the Cyclone want to talk it over. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 3:57 is to play first half. Trojans up 14-7. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
First down and 10 for the Trojans from their own 41-yard line. Trying to answer back after a Bishopward touchdown, cut the lead in half. Quick pitch outside to Corbin Bowen. Lots of room to run. Makes a man miss at the 45, 40, 35. Tackled from behind. He's inside the 30. They're going to mark him down at about the 27-yard line. A big run by Corbin Bowen, and the Trojans in business. 30.
Yeah, once he got past the first lane, it was really well blocked at the point of attack and then off to the races, and they made a nice cutback against Holmes to get an extra 10 yards or so.
Gain of 32 for Bowen. Here's the snap. Handoff straight ahead this time. That was Mason Gilmore, and he's going to pick up 1 on first down and bring up a second down and 9.
Yeah, Ben's got to write that in there, I think, just a little bit longer and make that read. That was not a give, and it was open on the edge. They really collapsed down hard on that dive, and the results are a limited game.
Short gain on the play brings up 7-9.
Clock running now, down around 3 minutes to play, first half.
Yeah, punch one more in here before halftime. Taking a 2-score lead in the locker room, you'll feel okay about this one.
Three wide in this set for the Trojans. Here's the snap. Cullen tries to shovel pass it ahead.
That's an incomplete pass.
That's an incomplete pass. I don't know why they're not calling that an incomplete
The far side
pass.
official had it. He had good eyes on it. I just don't think these guys saw exactly what happened. It was kind of in the garbage there behind the line of scrimmage. It's supposed to be just a little shovel to your wingback coming across in front of him and just missed him. That's why that's not a real risky play. Anytime you're handing off in front or flipping it in front of you, if it hits the ground, that's going to be an incomplete pass and limits some of that risk.
Third down and 9 for the Trojans from the 26. Got to be thinking this is 4-down territory here for Girard. So you got 2 plays to get 9 yards. Kind of a tight formation here for Girard as the handoff goes to Gilmore, and he's driven back.
Boy.
I think he lost the ball.
He did. The whistle was being blown just as that ball popped out. They had stopped forward progress. And if that happens a half second later, that's a fumble.
Brings up a 4th down and 9 for the Trojans. They're not bringing the punting unit out. Looks like Girard's going to go for it here. And, gamble here early in this one. And now Bishop Ward wants a timeout to talk things over. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll be back. Big 4th down coming up after the break. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
.208 to play. First half, Trojans leading at 14-7. Looking at a big 4th down and 9 here from the Bishop Ward 29-yard line.
I'd have a hard count here.
There's the snap. Cullen back to pass, rolling near side, throws it up over the top. The catch made by Scott Moore inside the 5-yard line, and he's going to be out of bounds right at the goal line at the 1.
Flag back here.
And there is a flag in the Trojan backfield.
What a nice play to go up there and snag that ball. We talked about just throw it up and let him go to work, but I think it's all going to be coming back for a hold.
And it is a hold against the Trojans. They'll back them up. And I believe we might now be looking at a punting situation.
Yeah, where that flag sits, it's going to be a 4th down and about 18.
No, they still would have picked it up with that play. And we'll see what Coach Philpott elects to do here as they back the ball all the way up to the 37.
4th down.
Full 20.
4th down and 20. Trojans need to reach about the 18 for the first down. And now another timeout as I think Girard wants to talk it over. We'll take a 30-second break and we'll be back. 2 minutes to play. First half, Trojans lead it 14-7. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call.
4th down and 20 for the Trojans. Cullen back to pass. Rolling near side, being pressured, throws back against his body. And that one's incomplete. A lot of contact out there. And no flag on either end as Cullen took a hit after the throw. Scott Moore took a hit trying to make the catch. And no flags on the field. And that'll turn it over on downs to Bishop Ward. That's not what you wanted to happen if you're the Trojans.
There's probably an argument for pass interference. The situation made it, I think, awkward to call that flag right there, but there was plenty of contact while that ball was in the air. You could have an argument for that, but the Trojans don't need to be putting themselves in a situation they need to overcome a 4th and 20, and that's really a lot of stuff happened before that play that led to that play, and so you want those penalties sometimes when they can come, but you got to do the things before that to not have to have it bail you out.
1st and 10 for Bishop Ward from their own 37-yard line with a chance to tie it here on this drive. 1:53 left to play first half. Can the Trojan defense get a stop and get off the field? There's a flag.
Delay game.
And it was a delay of game against Bishop Ward.
On the change of possession.
That's weird.
Not sure. I don't know what happened there.
And backs them up 5 to the 32.
Ball.
And
low snap,
and it was picked up by Keaton Overton, and he had nowhere to go with it, and that's a big loss for Bishop Ward. It's going to back him up to the 25. Loss of 7 on the play.
In a hurry, then offsides. Everybody, they were trying to get to the ball and go quickly, and at least one person didn't get the snap count. I'm not sure if the wide receivers all together may not have gotten that snap count.
So back them up 5 more to the 22. They need the 47 for a first down, so this would be 2nd and 25. Pike rolling around back to pass, has a man wide open. It's Overton, and the Trojans drag him down at the 40. That's going to set up a 3rd and manageable for Bishop Ward. Just kind of a blown coverage that time by Girard.
Yeah, it took there was plenty of time for him to set up and throw the ball down the field, and with that much time, it's hard to cover.
Gain of 18 on the play. Now Pike back to pass again. Has a man. This is Micah Neely. And he picks up the first down, and the Trojans just not covering in space very well and not tackling in the open field.
Well, that D-line's asking these guys in the back end to do a lot because they're not getting much pressure up front at all. And you're going to have to get at this guy. I think if you get after him a little bit at the quarterback spot, you're going to have a chance to get him. But if you let him set up down there, he's definitely got the guys that can get open down the field. Still a lot of pressure on the Trojan secondary to be able to defend these guys for that long. And Trojan have to talk about it.
Trojan's going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here. And 51 seconds at this clip. That's plenty of time.
Yeah, just a regroup here probably defensively. They've made a few adjustments as Bishop Ward to the Trojan defense, and really since that point they've been moving the football. Their last drive was a good one that capped off with a touchdown, and after a slow start for them, they're starting to pick up a head of steam. And I still go back, I think just psychologically for the Trojans, you jump out to a quick 14-point lead, you're able to do most of the things you want to do early on in the game, and then the other team finally decides to show up. You think about Bishop Ward, long travel day for them. They don't travel a whole lot for their schedule up there, and so this is a big, long travel day, and so a little slow getting started, but they're moving the ball now on the Trojan D. They better step up.
51 seconds left to play, first half. Bishop Ward with it, 1st and 10 at the Trojan 41.
Just
they
to
had a
overcome that,
2nd and 25 and rattled off pass plays of 18 and then 19 yards to pick up the first down. And Pike, who looked kind of shaky throwing the ball early, has looked really good here in this second quarter. He's lined up in the pistol. They've got 3 wide this time. Pikes steps up into the pocket, delivers, and there's the ball's loose on the turf, and the Trojans have it. And it looked like a catch and a football move, but they're going to rule that an incomplete pass. The official on the near side says incomplete.
No, they haven't made a ruling. They're saying it's a fumble, I think.
Yeah, the official nearest to the play.
It's an incomplete pass. I watched that one happen pretty all the way through.
And I think the Trojans are not going to get the benefit of this call. They're going to...
Nope.
And
it's
the crowd is prepared to be unhappy.
Either an incomplete pass or a fumble. I'm not sure what they're saying.
They rule it a fumble.
Ugh. I mean, I'm happy for Trojan fans. I just don't think that's probably the right call there. I think that was never completely fully handled. It was a really nice play defensively. Get in there and rake that ball away. I'm not sure who made that play, but
I think it was Levi Blair.
Yeah, I think it was too. And he, again, continues to stay at the top of the list for a player of the game because now it's a forced fumble in the stat book for him. Tough break for Bishop Ward. They were putting together a decent drive here to close out and maybe tie this game up.
Tyler Salmons back into the game at quarterback. He'll line up in the pistol. Junior Love in the backfield behind him. There's the snap. The handoff straight ahead to Love. Runs through a tackle. Gives a stiff arm across the 35. Still driving across the 40. And finally forced out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. And a first down for the Trojans.
And to get out of bounds and stop that clock. That was a really good run. An extra about 8 yards after contact to keep it moving down the field.
Gain of 15 on the play. Stops the clock with 39 seconds to play, first half. They'll put a man in motion. It's Blair. He'll get the pitch going around the end. He gets a good block. 45, 50, 45, 40, and Levi out of bounds inside Cyclone territory at the 39.
Good blocks downfield. Corbin Bowen out there leading the way, and Blair chewing up the carpet.
Gain of 18 yards on the play for Levi. 31 seconds to play, first half. Clock is stopped. Trojans with the 1st and 10. Girard leading at 14-7 here over Bishop Ward, and what has been a more back and forth first half than most would have expected, I think. Trojans with 2 wide receivers to the near side, Clark and Moore. They'll put Bowen in motion. He gets the toss around the 40. There's a flag. I think they're going to get a hold on the edge outside of that line.
I don't know
against the Trojans. We'll see. I didn't see a hold.
There wasn't. I think they may get DeBravo on this one.
Maybe
out here,
a block in the back.
It's a hold, is what they call it. There wasn't really much happening right there. Where that was at. Corbin Bowen was the only one out there on the edge that I saw. That's a tough break. When you're trying to get down the field in a short period of time, any kind of penalty like this is going to make it a bigger challenge.
Backs the Trojans all the way up to the 49-yard line. Brings up a first down and 20.
Let's go now.
Now you got to have a little bit in the back of your mind as a coach to not make that play that's going to put you in a real bad situation, a turnover that goes the other way or something like that to end this half. You got to be aggressive but a little bit conservative.
Salmon's in the pistol. They'll put Bowen in motion, and now this one's blown dead before it even starts. Offsides against Bishop Ward, so the Trojans will pick up 5, and it must have happened before the snap, BJ, because they blew it dead.
Yeah, Rolando Calderon was unabated to the quarterback, would probably be the reason they blew that dead. He was trying to time that snap count and come on a blitz and just didn't time it very well.
So it'll bring up a 1st and 15 for the Trojans from the 34. I'm sorry, from the 44. "23 seconds to play, first half. Salmons gets the snap. There's a quick pitch around the outside. It's Blair again. being tracked down from behind, runs through an arm tackle and steps out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Let's see, they're going to mark him out at the 31, and he's 2 yards shy of the sticks.
Out of bounds by Davis.
Blair's getting out there on the edge. They're really blocking, stealing the end. There's not a lot of pursuit until he's on down the field, but having a really good ball game.
Ball's marked at the 31. Stops the clock with 15 seconds left to play here in the first half. Trojans leading it 14-7, trying to build on that here with time running down in the first half. Handoff straight ahead, and that's not going to do much. I think it might get the first down. The Trojans call a timeout, stop the clock with 10 seconds. And did it get the first down?
Yeah, I think he got the first down. Plenty to talk about in the locker room, I think, here at halftime.
You think?
As far as just, I don't know if there's a lot of X and O's scheme things you need to make some adjustments here to necessarily. Probably to make some adjustments to what they're doing to you offensively for the Cyclones, at least in the back end. I don't know whether that's – I think they are rushing 3, and so they're not getting much of a rush, and they're putting some of that help in the back end. That may be one of the adjustments at halftime is let's rush 4. Let's get some pressure on this guy and not let him stay back there so long. But, again, that's going to shift that pressure to the back end and now put it some one-on-one coverages. You just figure out who that guy is. And my guess is the way you do that is bring those 4, give your help on number 10, and then man up everybody else and see what they've got. And just don't give him time to be able to read the defense. But we'll talk more about that on the GM Bank halftime
That's
show.
right. All that coming up. 10 seconds to play. So Trojans come out of the timeout here looking at a 1st and 10 at the Bishop Ward 28. And if you're Bishop Ward, I'd triple team Scott Moore here. Pass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Man, Siler Salmons threw that thing into a bucket.
He threw it as hard as he could, throw it down there and just try to get over the top of the defense, and he just did. What a dime by Siler Salmons. And a good route to get down there and battle for it again. Throw it in the vicinity of 40 and make him go up and get it. What a play. Nice try by the Trojans, and a nice way to end this first half.
Scott Moore in at quarterback. Trojans going to go for 2 here. 2 wide to the near side are Blair and Bowen. Here's the snap. Same play, Scott Moore right up the middle again. Untouched into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. Trojans lead at 22-7. 4 seconds left to play first half.
Well, the Trojans bounce back after giving up that touchdown, and then the turnover down there really changed the tide for the Trojans. That went from one call, perhaps, from the officials going against the Trojans instead of for them to be a 14-14 game at halftime. Instead, you're looking at a possible 21-22-7 game here at halftime. Much bit different. 14-14, that'd be pretty scary right now. 22-7, you feel okay.
Still got a cover on this kickoff. As we've seen, Bishop Ward's got some guys with some wheels. Just whether or not they can block up the rest of the Trojans is a question.
Yeah, you might ask Poland here to squib one down there and keep it out of the hands of those return guys.
Or pooch it short.
Of those 2 down there, Davis is the one here to the near side that's got that breakaway speed for
and you can
Bishop Ward.
Tell by the way he's placing the ball on the tee. I think this is squibber action right here at BJ.
Davis and Jefferson back deep.
No matter how I put it on the tee, it would be a squib kick.
Ironically, my drive in golf looks the same. That one bit mishandled and finally corralled. And that's the end of the first half. Trojans lead it 22-7. We'll step away for a quick break. When we come back, GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field here in Girard. A beautiful night for high school football in Southeast Kansas. At the half, the Trojans lead it 22-7. This is the GN Bank Halftime Show, brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. Well, the Trojans had an up and down first half, jumped out to a quick 6-0 lead, and then expanded that to 14-0, but then Bishop Ward able to march it down the field, get a touchdown of their own, and then Trojans struggling a little bit, benefited from a fumble call deep in their own territory, then able to take over on offense, drive down the field as time was running out, and able to score in the last seconds of the first half to take this 22-7 lead. And a big connection, 28 yards from Siler Sammons to Scott Moore.
Well, and I think you talked a lot about getting off to a good start and making sure that you set the tone, and the Trojans have been up and down at that times, starting slow perhaps, and that was not the issue today. The Trojans seem to be coming out and dialed in and playing. You're creating your own emotion here inside this venue too a little bit. Bishop Ward didn't travel a ton of people to watch them, so you have no real opponent over on the other side as far as the crowd. So it's a different environment here inside Frank Jameson Field that you'd normally find in any game, let alone a first-round playoff game. And so you can't feed off that emotion forever. And I think maybe we saw that in early going to that first half. You come out of the locker room, you're froth at the mouth, all the things you planned on all week long, your energy, everything is set to go play football. What you've got to
be pretty cranked up to do for the entire duration of the game. I think the atmosphere maybe sank a little bit on them. Those first 2 drives, they do great. Defensively, they're fired up. Emotionally, defensively, it allows you to play a little bit better. And then when that started to wane a little bit and it kind of became that bring your lunch pail game and be sure to, be where you need to be on defense, we might have relaxed a little bit. And I think they're probably fighting that between the ears a little bit. If it's down to X's and O's, execution, which team's better at playing football, Trojans are the better team here tonight. But you still got to execute in all aspects of the game. And I think they did in most part in that first half. Just a couple of letdowns and then a big break late. And they took advantage of that break, punching in. Now the Trojans are up by 2 scores.
That Eye on the Game brought to you by Canar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Canar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Canar Eye Care with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at CanarEyeCare.com. Well, BJ, it's been a workmanlike bring your lunch pail kind of game for us as we're
But I figured out our audio. Figured out our audio issues.
That's right.
It took me the entire first half, but
keep chopping on
I
it.
Keep battling at it.
Right.
I cannot be denied.
All right. Well, let's take a look at some of these first half stats for the Trojans. Our halftime stats brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie. Dirt's heavy, so trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling. B&B Excavating. Call them up, 620-724-2735. So for the Trojans tonight, Junior Love, 9 carries, 44 yards. Scott Moore, 4 carries, 24 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns for Scott and a 2-point conversion as well. And 1 reception for 28 yards and a touchdown. Ben Cullen 0 for 4 passing tonight with an interception. And Siler Salmons 1 for 1 for 28 yards and a touchdown. And that rounds out the statistics for the Trojans as they lead it here at the half, 22-7. And a reminder, the winner of this game tonight goes on to play the winner of Topeka Hayden and Hiawatha. And it will likely be Topeka Hayden up in the state capital. So Trojans trying to punch their ticket up to Topeka for the weekend. We'll step away for a break. When we come back, more of the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Communicating with current and potential customers is a must in the world of business. Advertising is nothing more than communication and an invitation. Look no further than Norris Advertising, offering a wide variety of services from billboards, radio across the 4 states, and digital ad services like ZTV, YouTube, geofencing, streaming, and more beyond the local view. Looking to upgrade your storefront? Norris Advertising is your go-to for local digital sign sales. Norris Advertising. Get your ads to work.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
I can't hear this one.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. We're at halftime of the Trojans and the Bishop Ward Cyclone at the break. The Trojans lead it 22-7 over Bishop Ward. Let's take a look at some of the other scores going on around the area. We are starting to get some score updates trickling in. Frontenac leading Baxter Springs 44-7, which I know that's lopsided, but Baxter doing pretty good, I think, to score a touchdown on that Frontenac defense. At the point when the Trojans played them this season, Frontenac had only given them 8 points the entire season. So Baxter put together a good drive there, but the Raiders on top there early. Labette County and Sumner Academy scoreless in the first quarter. Pittsburgh High up big over Topeka Highland Park, 49-18, and I believe they said that one's in the fourth quarter. So that game moving along very quickly as those two teams like to just line up and run the ball downhill at each other. Troy leading Jayhawk Lynn 14-0 in the second quarter. And now that Frontenac-Baxter Springs game, Frontenac 51, Baxter Springs 7. So the Raiders' offense is rolling there early as I'm scrolling through these scores trying to find some local games of which we might care. Columbus leading Parsons 14-0 at the half. And we thought that one might be a little bit closer because these two teams playing each other in 2 consecutive weeks. But so far Columbus not having a lot of trouble with the Vikings. Daryl, you interested in that Ulysses Wellington score from way out in western Kansas? Wellington getting the best of them, 61-6. So if you're a southwestern Kansas viewer tonight, you're either happy or sad. But that's what's going on around the area. As we keep getting those score updates, we'll get those to you, of course, here on the GN Bank halftime show. And the Trojans did get a sack in that first half. Perhaps the most important stat of the night. Trojans get a sack in the first half, and that means $1 Trojan sack short stacks tomorrow morning at Eastside Cafe. And you might be able to see BJ and I in there stuffing our faces with pancakes because we're those types of guys. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back with more of the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Coles carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Coles continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Coles Service, 620-724-4121. See more at ColesServiceLLC.com.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at GirardMedicalCenter.com. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. We're at the half. Trojans leading the Bishop Ward Cyclone 22-7 at the break. Here's a score of interest. Topeka Hayden leading Hiawatha 42-0 at the half.
So yeah, Hayden's good.
Trojans win this one. Trip to Topeka.
We want to get up and keep on going. The Trojans, if you come out in this second half and start like you did in the first half, you can start to separate yourself perhaps just a little bit here. And I do think they're going to make some of those adjustments that we talked about at halftime, that they have to protect on that back end. Find number 10. If you got to provide some help there, you do. But the rest of it, I mean, we bring some pressure. We'll see if they decide to do that up front. Those 3-man rush, we're not getting anywhere near Pike. And when he can kind of set up there and really look downfield and figure out where everybody is, and plus that whole time, those wide receivers are separating themselves from the secondary and getting open. They may not be open initially in that route, but they'll eventually get there if you can't get any pressure on the quarterback. And he's proven that he has the ability to find the open man if he can look downfield. And so do the Trojans start to draw up some pressure? Haven't heard much from Brokob in this game, and so can they bring him from that linebacker spot? So if he's in there to disrupt the quarterback, that will be what I'm looking for, a key here in the second half. And then offensively, I think if you're the Trojans, just keep doing what you're doing. They're able to get to the edge. What a beautiful pass by Sammons and a nice catch to close out that first half. But even Bowen, he's had a nice gain on it. And then Levi Blair, man, what a first half for Levi Blair, both offensively and defensively. Early going, certainly one of our candidates for player of the game, but more of that from him in the second half, and the Trojans should be okay.
Another score update in 8-man action. Shintopa defeated Chase County 86-0.
Wow, that was done probably at halftime.
Yeah, well,
I did one of those. I've done one 8-man game. It's the only one I've ever even been to.
They're very high-scoring affairs.
In Hanover, Kansas.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And it was over at halftime.
Yeah.
It's pretty cold. Wasn't Holton cold, but it was cold.
Paola and Chanute scoreless first quarter.
That's a big deal for Paola. Chanute's
I don't know if
good
that's
team,
true
yeah,
or not. I mean, it might not be that anymore.
You have to go find that one. Columbus, last update from Columbus and Parsons, they were in the driver's seat 21-0 on that game. So number 5 seed in 3A Columbus. You should check out. There's more games going on. If you just like high school football and want to see a good smattering of that across eastern Kansas, varsitysportslive.com. Sure, all you folks, you can get your Girard schedule on there. You go to varsitysportslive.com/Girard. Those games are linked there. The game was up today. And we've got some viewers that were checking on volleyball and football from Germany today.
Whoa.
That kick over there.
Fielded in the air and out to the 45.
It was never more than 3 or 4 feet in the air.
No, and that was the kicker for Bishop Ward. That's Juan Torres. Fielded that one in the air and then carried it out to the 45, and that's where the Cyclone will take over 1st and 10.
Sure, that's the kick.
Keeping stats here.
Kick Zeb was looking to put down the field, and so it's going to get pretty good field position for Ward to start this second half, and automatic pressure on the defense to step up. Benzo's ready.
Pike back in at quarterback for Bishop Ward. They're going to try and end around again, and the Trojans do a little bit better job of bottling this one up as they stop Tyler Holmes after a gain of about 8 on first down. First time he touched the ball in that play tonight, he went 51 yards. 8 is less than 51.
It's that Purple Dragon education.
That's right. It's paying off. USD 250 didn't fail me, BJ. Probably should have.
I didn't see that play. I'm enamored with 75 versus 75 right now. And it's a stalemate. Benzo's probably giving up 20 pounds.
Low snap.
30 pounds.
Pike picks it up off the turf. The back is in trouble and nowhere to go for Keelan Overton. And he's going to lose about 3 yards back to the 49.
Chance some of that conversation at halftime for the secondary guys was be careful peeking in the backfield. Don't get caught up. Your job's going to be these wide receivers, not the run game, because even as that one was developing, it was the D-line, the front seven, that stayed up there to keep that bottled up and make that play.
4 wide this time for Pike as he lines up in that deep pistol, getting pressured, short pass ahead to Holmes, and he's off down the sideline. Trojan, somebody needs to make some contact with him, and he's into Trojan territory, down to about the 25.
It was Jefferson, Jalen Jefferson, actually on that one, 15. And that screen pass, Trojan super aggressive on that third down play, and they took advantage of that aggressiveness. Completely out of sorts, and a screen pass, well played, or well called play right there for Bishop Ward.
Gain of 24 on the play, sets them up 1st and 10 at the Trojan 25. Pike in the pistol, they got a man in motion, they pitch it to him. Trojans get some good penetration, but can't make the tackle in the backfield. Finally, Scott Moore gets there to wrap him up, and then Junior Love finishes him off at about the 33.
3 missed tackles. Love was one of those missed tackles. He got the made tackle also, thankfully, but you've got to be able to bring that guy down at the point of attack. He was smaller than all 3 guys that tried to make a tackle attempt, and so be physical at the point of attack and square up on them, too. Everybody's coming off a little bit to the side. You want to be looking right down the numbers, and that way if they move a little bit, you're still fairly square.
2nd down at about 19. Now they're going to go over the top and overthrows his intended receiver. That was Micah Neely, the 5'9", 145-pound sophomore. Just was about 3 steps short of that one.
Yeah, but he had 3 steps past Levi Blair.
He
was
did.
where he needed to be, just the ball didn't meet him there.
3rd and 19 now from the Trojan 34. Big 3rd down here for this Trojan defense. 4 wide again in this set. Pike in the pistol. Looking to pass. He airs this one out deep again, and that one's tipped away at the last moment. And that was Corbin Bowen from his safety spot coming over there to play center field, knock that one away, and it brings up a 4th down and long for Bishop Ward.
Yeah, really nice job by Bowen to recognize that help needed over there with Blair. And again, another route where Davis this time had outran Blair, but the help from the safety and Bowen making the play on the ball at the point he needed to.
Brings up the 4th and 19. And they're going to go for this, BJ. Playing with house money here anyway. 4 wide. Pike looking to pass again. All kinds of time. Steps up into the pocket. Throws. Has a man, and the pass is dropped. And that was one where the receiver's feet kind of got tangled up under him as he was trying to make the catch. And falls incomplete. And that was Jalen Jefferson again as they were looking for him on the big 4th down play. It'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the Trojan defense stepping up there. They were put some pressure on that Trojan secondary on that drive. 3 straight plays, 2 of which the wide receivers had gotten open. In fact, he was open on that play, just not able to connect. And they start to make those connections. Boy, Trojan defense might have been in trouble there, but made the plays.
1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 34. 3 wide in this set. Salmon's in at quarterback, gets the snap, hands off straight ahead to Junior Love. Junior's doing some work tonight as he gets across the 40 to the 41.
I'm just waiting for Junior Love to break one. I think he's going to get an opportunity at some point in this game once he gets past that 2nd level.
Brings up a 2nd down and 3, a gain of 7 on the play.
That was a good push up front by the Trojan O-line as well. So he was good 3 yards into that run before any contact.
With so quiet over on that other side, BJ. You can hear everything their coaches are yelling into the players.
I was just thinking that.
That was a fumbled snap by Salmons, now in trouble. Nice little dip ahead to get it to Love, and it falls incomplete, and Salmons is hurt on the plays. Gets up favoring an ankle and a shoulder, and it looks like they're going to bring Ben Cullen back into the game at quarterback.
Trying to tough it out.
He's trying.
Man, that was a pretty headsy play by Seiler to keep it alive and look downfield for his receiver. Junior's got to come away with that one.
Aiden Ashbacher into the game as Gannon Clark heads to the bench. And Salmons will line up out wide at wide receiver and then put Scott Moore into the quarterback spot, and that's probably good because Salmons isn't moving real good right now. Moore going to keep it again, straight up the gut, leaning ahead across the 45, and he'll have a Trojan first down as Coach Philpott locking in the four-wheel drive, and Scott Moore picks up the first for Girard.
The 40-wheel drive, he's able to really just lean that big body forward, get driving forward. A pretty good push up front as well in a short yardage situation, but Scott knows what he is. He knows what he can do, and he uses that physicality to get the first down.
Clock running 8.5 here in the third. Salmons back into the game. And he'll line up back in the quarterback spot. 3 wide this time. Moore and Bowen on the near side. Handoff straight ahead to Love, and defenders waiting on him there, so he'll pick up 1 on first down.
Yeah, and that's one I think Salmons would probably pull if he had to run it again. That dive was there. They had really jumped on that dive and limited that play.
But, you know, it's as a defender, when the quarterback's not moving around real well and you're playing that option, you can really key on the back because you know that Salmons isn't going to take off and run away from you. Salmons in the pistol. Trojans in a tight formation this time. Scott Moore out wide to the near side. Bowen in motion. Salmons faking the pitch. Now over the top, tries to get it to Junior Love. He can't haul it in, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 for Girard.
On an outside chance that the person's parked on the other far side with their headlights on is watching from their car. Can you turn your headlights off? I don't know. It's worth a shot. It's been on the whole game. I've been staring right down the barrel of it. It's starting to give me a headache.
Boys need him to move the ball.
They do move every once in a while.
Pick up a couple first downs. We'll be staring
Pay
at
one of
that
those kids to stand
headlight.
in one spot.
Blair in motion, and there's some not free 5 for Bishop Ward as Gannon Clark takes off before the snap.
I missed him.
False start. This is Trojans.
Bring up a 3rd down and 14 at the 42. Trojan offense just hasn't looked real great on this possession. Cullen's not full strength tonight. Siler Salmons trying to shake off an injury from the game at Iola.
That's the way it is. When you get to this point of the season, you're going to be a little banged up, bruised.
Everybody's banged up. And there's a timeout. Trojans, as they're going to talk it over. We'll take a quick break as well. Be back in 30 seconds. Trojans leading at 22-7. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
.708 to play, 3rd quarter. Trojans leading 22-7 over Bishop Ward. But this possession has been
clunky.
Clunky, yeah. It's the chitty bang bang offense.
We've been a little clunky. Been a little fits and starts here. Those first few drives were real crisp. Haven't seen that much since then.
Salmons fakes the handoff, now back to pass. Quick throw over the top, has Corbin Bowen. And a lot of contact at the point of attack, but a good coverage being applied by Tyler Holmes, and that'll bring up a punting situation for the Trojans, a 4th down and long.
First punt of the game for Girard. So you like those numbers, but again, now the officials signaling over here. Ineligible man downfield. Declined.
Broke up by Holmes. Brings up 4th down.
So Zeb pulling in to punt this one away for the Trojans with just over 7 minutes to play third quarter. In a much deflated second half here. Pullen gets the snap, gets the kick away. It's a good punt. Fielded at the 30-yard line. And driven down at the 35 was Devontae Davis. And, man, gutsy catch.
Real gutsy. He had 3 guys. 2 of them had already ran past him. And he stepped up because that ball ended up being a little bit shorter. Coverage out-kicked his coverage, under-kicked his coverage just a little bit. And, man, that is a dangerous. I think they maybe thought he had fair caught it because the coverage was getting to him so quickly, but he did not. Well, now it's on your Trojan defense. Offensively, not really able to start this second half the way you'd like to, but defensively you can set the tone.
Trojans have had their problems tackling on the edge tonight. Let's see if Bishop Ward goes back to the attack in the edge. Bunch formation to the far side. Low snap on the ground. Pike picks it up. Now tries to scramble out of trouble, and he's getting there. As finally Levi Blair stops his momentum, but not before Pike gets around the edge. And the open field tackling tonight for the Trojans has just not been good. And Pike almost able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. I think they are going to mark him right at the original line of scrimmage. And that should have been a 10-yard loss.
Might have actually, just a little bit, maybe a modest loss. But, yeah, you're right. That looked like that was going to be a big loss. 3 guys were there once again. A little bit of spacing when they were coming into attack. He really collapsed down on him, and then there was nobody else really out on the edge until Blair was able to get there. That could have been a much bigger play if Blair doesn't come up and make that play.
There's a snap, quick hitter to the outside. Scott Moore right there, but can't make the open field tackle. And across the 35 to about the 37 goes Jalen Jefferson. And Jefferson now a little slow to get up. And also one of the Trojan defenders, Blake Brocobb, slow to get up.
It was a really nice job by Moore to fight off the block. He was maybe even getting tugged on just a little bit on the edge, and so even just to get out there and seal that edge and force that to come back inside to help arrives and limited just a 1-yard gain. Again, they fought hard to get that one game. They fought a lot to get the 2 yards that they've gained so far on this drive.
3rd down and 8, 4 wide receivers in the set, 3 off to the far side. Here's a snap. Pike gonna keep it, and he gets around the end again. Another missed tackle in the open field by Blair, and he's out across the 50 into Trojan territory down to the 40. They needed 8. They got something like 28, and a first down for Bishop Ward. Tackling.
Yeah, and sealing the edge as well. They're doing a good job blocking out on the edge to seal that off. And once they're able to turn the corner, there's been big gains available to Bishop Ward in this game out on that edge. And so I'll start trying to see if I can figure out exactly what they're doing to be able to seal that off.
Gain of 22 on a 3rd and 8. Sets up a first down and 10 for Bishop Ward at the Trojan 41. Pike back to pass. Looking downfield now. He's just going to take off with it again, and why not? And he's finally driven down at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, we really want to keep them contained up around the line of scrimmage. When we're able to do that, it's limited their offense. When they can get into open field and use their athleticism to take advantage in the secondary, that's where these big gains have came, and a nice gain on first down.
Brings up 2nd down and 3.
29 yards rushing on the last 2 plays for Quintavian Pike. Now they're looking at a 2nd down and 3 at the Trojan 33. Pike, a quick hitter to the outside. Got it to his intended receiver, Micah Neely. And Neely near a first down, but he's going to be about a yard short, so it'll bring up third down and short.
That was a good, sure, open field tackle by Scott Moore to drop him right there because of much more. He's going to have that first down and force them to run this third down. We've seen their centered quarterback exchange hasn't been exactly perfect all night. Trojans still sticking with that three-man rush, with them spreading out everybody out. There's not a lot at the line of scrimmage.
Pike running, has a man. Pass complete to Neely again. He's going to have a first down inside the Trojan 20 to about the 17. And I think they're figuring something out against this Trojan defense.
Yeah, you're going to make that Trojan defense, choose. Are you going to stay up and keep everything in front of you? And then once you do that, they have an opportunity to go over the top of them. And that's what the Trojans have chosen to do, is let that play develop in front of them, and it's picking up big yardage.
First and 10 at the Trojan 17. Another quick hitter to the outside. And this time the Trojans stop it after a gain of about 4. That's Devontae Davis on the reception.
The Bishoport O-line's doing their part as far as keeping the pass rush down, and they've got enough weapons, enough athletes on the edge. They're just trying to get it in those guys' hands as quickly and efficiently as possible and let them go to work. Trojans being tested on the perimeter.
Second down and 7 now. Pike running with it, dancing around, and he's going to be corralled and dropped for a loss on the play. Aaron DeBravo on the tackle.
Loss on the play brings up 3rd and 10.
Last time Ward was looking to challenge the end zone, they coughed it up. This easily could have been a 14-14 game at halftime. It would still be that, by the way, if things did not transpire the way they did down the stretch of the first half. Trojans need to stiffen up.
Quick pitch to the outside. Scott Moore right there. Fights off a block and then drops the ball carrier. That was Keelan Overton. Dropped him in the backfield and spun him around. I think Overton may have been a little bit injured on that tackle, and he's down.
Yeah, Overton's done with 40. He's had enough of that, and that's a tough play for him. You flip it out there, and if he's able to get off that one block, which so far Scott's been proving to be able to get off the one guy that's blocking him out there, as long as he makes that tackle, which he did surely. Now a tough fourth down.
Fourth and about 14 now from the Trojan 20. Call it 4th and 13.
One, two, three. Yeah, about 13 and a half, if I had to guess.
Well, I'm no doctor, BJ. 2.5 to play. Third quarter. Pike, a lot of room in front of him, being pursued by Junior Love. Now he throws it and falls incomplete. And the Trojan defense stands. Turnover on downs.
Just good enough. That's what you need to be here in this point in the season, is sometimes you're going to give up those big plays. They had those big scrambles, running plays, but when it got to where it needed to, close to the red zone, Trojan defense stiffens up big.
Trojans take over on downs.
So the Trojans will take over at their own 20-yard line.
A crisp, clean offensive drive with limited or no penalties would be ideal. Those penalties kind of hurt them on that last drive, and anytime you're having to come behind the sticks, it's going to make things difficult. So be disciplined, be crisp.
Siler Sandman's in at quarterback. In the backfield behind him is Mason Gilmore. They'll put Ashbacher in motion. Salmons rides it up inside and finally gives it to Gilmore, who will fight ahead for a yard, maybe 2.
Nearly coughed it up. That was another one real close right before he went to the ground. Just as he was going to the ground, that ball kind of popped out.
Call it a gain of 1.
Gilmore with carry. Brought down by Neely.
Clock continues to run, under 2 minutes now, third quarter.
Yeah, now if you're the Trojans, you really take your time. Just a 2-score lead. Still need to produce, but you don't have to be in a big rush.
Got Junior Love sitting over here on the bench with his helmet off. So this looks like it might be Mason Gilmore's drive in the tailback spot. Salmon's trying to keep it himself, fighting ahead, And he'll fall forward across the 30 to about the 33. He'll still be a few yards short of the first down. It'll bring up a third, and let's call it a long 2.
Real gutsy run there by Sammons. That was not going to be much of a run at all. And once he got the contact, just kept his legs driving forward to pick up what he did, make this a third down. It was easily going to be a third down 7 or 8 instead. Looking at a third down and 2. 2.5.
You hear him yelling 40 because Scott Moore is lined up at the quarterback spot. Here's the snap. Moore's just going to keep it himself. Has the first down, pushing ahead. And they'd blow the whistle, and they finally do as Scott Moore carries it ahead to the 35-yard line, up for a first down for the Trojans.
I don't know how many it takes to tackle him, but I know how many they're going to use.
All of them.
Most of them.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice weapon to have on a short yardage situation. It changes the way you may call some plays early. Certainly down near the goal line, it's going to change the way you play calls when you've got that in your tool bag that you can go to on a short yardage. And so far, I think he's batting 1,000 on those.
Well, you'd think Coach Philpott could call plays for a big physical quarterback.
Yep. There's free 5.
And there's the hard count. Gets Bishop Ward to jump offside. Free 5 for the Trojans.
Offside. It's the defense.
We'll bring up a 1st and 5 at the 40.
I don't think I ever faced that defensively, playing that D-line spot up on the ball. I mean, I don't think I ever saw that action. I don't think we played against teams that ever did that motion where you quickly move off the line of scrimmage, but that would be tough the first time. 5th or 6th time, I'd probably have it figured out.
Salmon's in the pistol. Ashbacher in motion. He'll ride Gilmore up inside. Finally gives it up to Mason on the last play of the third quarter. Gilmore will carry it ahead for a gain of 2. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 2 on the other side of this break. After 3, Trojans lead at 22-7. We'll take a break and be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at Girard.
2nd and 2 for the Trojans. Handoff around the edge to Aiden Ashbacher. Trying to use a stiff arm. Oh, my gosh. Trying to reverse his field. That's not going to work, and Aiden's going to lose oodles of yards on this play. And sometimes you're just better to go down than to keep giving up yards like Ashbacher did, and it's going to be a loss of about 15 on the play.
Well, they're going to mark his forward progress. They're going to mark his forward progress. You see where that far side line judge has that marked down
at the 29, 34.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And it'll bring up 3rd down at 11.
Never heard yardage loss measured in oodles before, but
it was
is that a metric measurement?
Yeah, it might have been the Queen's English oodle.
Is a cubit? How many oodles are in a cubit?
An imperial oodle. And 3rd down and 11 now for the Trojans.
That's a tough play. Ashbacher just trying to make something happen, but at a point you've got to kind of cut your losses. It's about where he would have cut his losses on that play.
Salmons back to pass. Gets a lot of pressure. Trying to go screen to Levi Blair. It falls incomplete. And a 4th down situation here for the Trojans. Drive looked good for a second.
Trojan offense is just kind of
pedestrian.
Well, fits and starts. Just the first few drives when they were really running the ball, Ward may have made a couple of adjustments defensively to stop that perimeter run, but it just seemed to be coming so kind of easy there in that first half at times. But then when it wasn't, it looked kind of like the last few drives have looked, just the offense sputtering just a little bit here in the second half.
Zeb pulling on to punt. Trojan defense going to have to come up again. Long kick fielded by Devontae Davis trying to get to the edge. Trojans force him out at the 40. As that one's cleaned up by Robert Larson, number 52 for the Trojans, ran in and finished that one off.
And Trent Ognabeni, a really nice open field tackle on the coverage team as well to play that. And I saw him make the decision to bend that outside just a little bit as two was starting to come this way, as Davis was making his way to the sideline. Your instinct is run right at the guy, but if you have that responsibility, which Ognabeni did, to be that outside guy, you've got to get wider than him, and he did that and then made the play by himself, but the help was coming.
1st and 10 for the Cyclone from the 41. 10:40 to play in the game. Trojans with a 2-score lead. Pike back to pass, being pressured. Now he's rolling far side, throwing this one over the top, incomplete.
Blake Brokaw there giving a little bit of the pressure. First guy also coming through to push on him, Caleb Humble, to force that off-balance pass.
Stops the clock with 10:32 to play.
Again, that's an example, as I've talked about, that you get a little pressure, make him roll out on the move, not near as accurate as just kind of sitting back there and allowed to look down the field.
Now, when he steps up in the pocket, he's pretty darn accurate. 4 wide in this set. Pike back to pass, now stepping up. Trojan pressure coming. He's going to throw this one away out of bounds, and then there's a non-contact injury.
Yeah,
Devontae Davis just went down out in the open field.
Yeah, he was going to be open, and that was going to be a big play. He was open for that pass. Pike put it where it needed to be. He just wasn't able to get there because about 3 steps before that he came up a little bit lame. And it was just non-contact, just pulled up and reached towards his knee. I thought maybe it was just a cramp at first, but a pretty good one to – yep, they're going to stretch him out, I think. A cramp that comes up on you and brings you to the ground mid-play. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it looks like they're working his calf, but normally you don't bend the knee like that to stretch the calf, Jess.
Well, you messed up again and called me Jess again. That's twice.
Sorry, BJ.
You don't get 2 of them. I'm not sure who should be more offended, me or him. That's the question.
I'm just so used to saying Jess.
I know.
That, just comes right out.
That's good. Don't forget, I was your first broadcast partner now.
That's right. Working on his calf. Well, let's take a quick break. As soon as we do, he'll pop up and run off the field. But let's step away for a quick break. 10:26 to play in the game. Trojan leading 22-7. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Well, it's good to see Devontae Davis able to get up and leave the field under his own power. And when you go down from a non-contact injury like that, you always think, oh, man, is this one of the, a knee injury or something like that? And good to see there was just a cramp, and he's able to get off the field, hopefully able to make it back into the game tonight. 4 wide receivers this time for Pike, looking at a 3rd down and 10. He's got time, throws over the top, has a man, and it's just out of the reach of his intended receiver, trying to get that one once again to Jefferson. And the 5'11", 155-pound junior couldn't quite catch up to it. Brings up a 4th down and 10.
A few instances in this second half where the Ward wide receivers have let Pike down just a little bit. They've gotten open. They're doing their part on the route, and he's doing his part getting the ball to him. It's just not able to secure it, and that's back-to-back plays now that may have been touchdowns had they been caught. And the one he had the injury, and that one just out of his reach.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down and 10. 4 wide receivers again in this set. Pike back to pass. Now thinking about scrambling. Benzo's there. He's wrapped up and dropped. Another sack for that Trojan defense. And Pike is down as he was spinning around, and there were players falling down around his legs and stuff, and it's a scary situation, but Pike able to get himself off the field, but it'll turn it over on downs. The Trojans will take over after the big sack at the Bishop Ward 39-yard line.
That 3-man rush finally pinned the rears back and able to get to the quarterback, and Benzo leading the charge for that crew. Gets up there and gets in the belly of Pike, and then a little bit of help from everybody else. Blake Brokop coming in to clean it up, DeBrava as well, but finally getting that pressure on him, and on 4th down, you can lean back and just go. Got to take advantage of it here offensively.
First and 10 Trojans at the 39, 10:03 to play in the game. Ben Cullen back in at quarterback for Girard, lines up in the pistol. Junior Love in the backfield behind him. Fakes the handoff, now gives to Love straight ahead. He's got a lane and a first burst through the second level of that defense all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Junior Love. And I mentioned earlier I thought he was going to bust one. That was it. Just able to catch his shirt tails before he takes it to the house. But between the tackles, getting the push, and that was a good play.
Gain of 18 on the play. First and 10 Trojans at the 21. Clock running under 9:40 to play in the game. And Girard's defense has really played well here in this second half. There's some motion on the defensive side. Cullen's going to keep it himself, trying to go straight ahead. They do a good job of bottling that up. And it'll be a short gain for Ben, maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, that wasn't near as clean on the dive, I don't think, and then that he wasn't able to follow that through. Had to kind of bubble back to the backside gap, and it wasn't where your blockers were going to be at. Lucky to get 2.
Moves the ball ahead to the 19-yard line. 2nd down and 8 for the Trojans. And Cullen will run the play in from the sideline. Trojans can afford to take their time here. 2 wide to the near side. They'll put Bowen in motion. He gets the pitch, and he has the edge. 10-5 touchdown, Corbin Bowen.
Too easy. Wide open to the wide side of the field. It's just a little bit of speed, and Bowen's got it. Just to outrun the defense to the near side of pylon, but that was beautiful and well executed by the Trojans.
Trojans take a 28-7 lead, pinned in the extra point. And we'll see what they do here. I think they're going to line up and go for 2. Cullen will run the play in. Poland still on the sideline, so play clock down under 10 seconds. Trojans need to hurry this up. Snap goes to Moore. He's going to hand it off. And Bowen able to get into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Trojans lead at 30-7. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Communicating with current and potential customers is a must in the world of business. Advertising is nothing more than communication and an invitation. Look no further than Norris Advertising, offering a wide variety of services from billboards, radio across the 4 states, and digital ad services like ZTV, YouTube, geofencing, streaming, and more beyond the local view. Looking to upgrade your storefront? Norris Advertising is your go-to for local digital sign sales. Norris Advertising. Get your ads to work.
8:32 to play. Trojans leading it 30-7 over Bishop Ward, and Trojan girls right now playing at the state volleyball tournament. Jess Murphy on the call there, and he's all fired up about something, Jess.
Fired up. He's fired up. You can't talk about Jess and
then call you Jess.
I'm never going to let it go.
No. I'm just going to call you. That'll be your new nickname from now. Everybody who's sitting to my right is Jess. Poland gets the kick off. Fielded in midair. Nice snag there over the head. And a missed tackle and finally brought down out at about the 30-yard line. I think that was Jefferson made that catch. Yep, it was. Man, he snagged that kick.
We are in two very different locations right now. Where he's at and where we're at sound completely different.
Really?
There's a bunch of energy at the Hutchinson Sports Arena right now.
Yeah. Well, it's state, man.
Yeah, no, they're fired up. It's a good one. Trojans are a good one with Yoda Shea.
New quarterback. There's an end around to Jefferson. He makes some room, and he's going to have a pretty good gain out across the 35 to about the 37. Well, maybe the 38. And that's a gain of about, we're working with the 39. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
Yeah, that's Scott Moore. He's getting sucked in too deep on that DN spot from the near side, and they're able to hook him pretty easily. And he's got to set that edge on this near side when that ball comes this way. There's not a lot of help. Those defenders are bailing. They're going with their wide receivers, so you've really got to maintain that outside contain and push that back inside.
New quarterback is Jeremiah Bagsby. Is that right? He throws it incomplete.
And Bishop Ward's had some success in the passing game, but they've had equal or more in those outside runs, and they're just not running. I'd run that outside run until they make you stop it.
Sorry, that's Freddie Conway, 5'8", 160-pound freshman. Conway slings this one out too high for his intended receiver, Micah Neely, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 2.
Freshman southpaw. You mentioned Trojan defense. They've done their part certainly here tonight. Been up against it a couple of times, that late drive in the first half to force the turnover. They really changed this game and the trajectory of where it could have been at halftime, and I think the Trojans have been able to hold on here in the second half.
4 wide this time. McNeely back to pass. Throws one over the middle and pegs the umpire, and it's picked off by the Trojans. And coming back the other way and going to score a touchdown is Blake Brokaw. I don't know if that umpire's okay.
Unbelievable.
Right off of his dome, right into the hands of Brokaw, and then Brokaw takes it to the house. Don't see that every day.
Do not see that every day. That is incredible. I've never seen it. I mean, hundreds of football games under my belt. I've never seen that.
I'm probably going to go home and watch that one. I mean, you can hear it from up here. He drilled it right into that umpire's head.
Oh, my God.
And right into the hands of Brokaw.
I can't believe that happened.
That's like some Marx Brothers stuff there. That was crazy.
We might have our opportunity for our first
hit of the game. Oh, my God.
Oh, that's your hit of the game
that
for
kick
sure.
Was
Make
good.
that one.
We're going to call that our hit of the game. Brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. If your car takes a hit like that umpire just took upside his head from that pass, then take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. He will not fix your concussion. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. Somebody's going to have to drive that dude home tonight.
He'll be fine, but the explanation to those Ward players about what's that mean? I saw him having to explain to a player what happened. Because
my face is part of the field.
It is part of the field, and that's what you need to know if you're watching at home. How does that happen?
Oh, my gosh.
Anything played off the official And officials in a game, if a runner is in pursuit for a tackle and they run into an official and the runner goes on and scores a touchdown,
that guy's not a spring chicken either, BJ, and he could take a punch. I'll tell you that.
He did take a punch.
Oh my gosh, that was
headsy play by Brokop, and he knew exactly what to do with it too. Once that thing miraculously ended up in his hands, he didn't think twice about the fact how it got there. He just took off and started running.
Oh my gosh! All right. That kickoff off the hands of Jefferson.
And there's
That's
another
a live
official
ball.
interfering that.
And he fields it at the 2-yard line. Now he finds some open field, and Jefferson's off to the races, and it's up to Zeb Poland to come up with a stop here, and Zeb does it! At the 45, Zeb Poland saves a touchdown and stops Jefferson at the Trojan 43, and Jefferson's still down.
That was official interference again because that ball was rolling towards the end zone. It would have been a touchback,
and he his foot out.
Hit him in the foot.
Stalled it.
I don't think he did it on purpose, but it did hit him in the foot. And that's back-to-back plays where that ball found the guys in stripes.
And it's no good to see Jefferson down because he really made the most of that situation as he mishandled the kick. Then it caromed off the official, and it was like at the 2-yard line. Live ball. He picks it up and just shot through that Trojan defense or coverage team and looked for a moment like he was going to take it to the house, and then Zeb Poland, the last line of defense, able to come up with the stop there.
Well, your coverage is a little bit of timing. You put it up in the air. You have a time for your guys to run down, make the coverage, set up where they need to. Well, the way that ball squibbed through and then sat there for a second, the coverage had already pursued further than they wanted, and they were a little bit out of their lanes, I think, by that point. And so it resulted in a big play.
Also getting his leg looked at over on the Trojan sideline. So let's take a quick break. We'll be back. Trojans leading at 37-7, trying to deal with a couple of injuries on both sides here. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
Oh my goodness. We're watching the replay on BJ's phone. That's the laughter. It's good to see Jefferson's okay on his feet, able to leave game under his own power, and a heck of a play by that young man to get the ball into Trojan territory at the 43 as he mishandled the kick. If you missed it, mishandled the kick, and then it kind of caromed off the official and was laying at the 2-yard line. He picked it up and just shot like a rocket through that Trojan coverage team, and thankfully, Zeb Poland able to stop him before he could get to the house because Zeb was the last line of defense, but able to bring him down. Then Jefferson injured on the play, but fortunately able to get up and get off the field.
And Zeb seems to be okay as well.
Yeah. Low snap this time. Freshman quarterback in trouble, scrambling around, looking for help, throws it away. He had a man, but just unable to deliver a clean ball. And it falls incomplete as Micah Neely was out there, had a step on his defender, but nowhere for Freddie Conway to go with that. The freshman quarterback doing good just not to get sacked. And Conway, I mean, he had some juice on that ball to hit that official. You keep watching it. I keep missing it.
I did too.
Oh, my
I'll
gosh.
have to go back and
I keep
watch
looking
it.
up. We're going to, definitely going to check that out.
I hope I see it on Sports Center.
Ooh. Oh, a big hit on the Trojan sideline as Gannon Clark broke that one up with some authority.
or enthusiasm or whatever you want to call it.
Levi Blair right there as well.
Mike Keneally, again, the intended receiver. He took a shot that time. And brings up a 3rd down and 10. I still can't get over that. Probably gonna, my poor wife, I'm going to make her watch that about 10 times.
I had an offensive lineman shift to the backfield and score a rushing touchdown the other week, and I watched that one and made people watch that one over and over again too.
There's a quick pitch to the outside. This one to Kalen Overton, and the Trojans get that one stopped in the backfield as well, and another Cyclone slow to get up after that play.
Nice job on that far side. Gilmore got a hand on that defender, spun him around out on the edge to allow for some help to come. The Junior Love come to clean it up.
Lost about 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 4th and 13 from the 46. Nearly back to pass. Going to let it fly way over the head of his intended receiver, and that'll turn it over on down to the Trojans, 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Well, the Trojan defense, they've taken advantage of the Ward offense starting to sputter just a little bit. The timing with the quarterback going out of the game, that's just going to throw that off a little bit worse, and they've really found an answer. You saw those big plays. We talked about it at halftime. You've got to figure out how to limit those huge plays, a 51-yard run early on in the game by them on the outside edge. And I think the Trojan secondary has made the adjustments they need to keep those guys in front of them. Don't let them get past you, but also start to get a little bit of pressure on the quarterback as well and really forcing them into a tough situation.
Zach Pinkney into the game at wide receiver. He's on the near side here, number 9. Salmon's in the pistol. And he'll hand it off straight ahead. I think this is Love across midfield. And fighting, they blew that one dead before that ball came loose. And they're going to give him forward progress up to about the 47 of Bishop Ward.
Love's been very consistent in the running game. When he's had his opportunities, he's been forward running. They like him between the tackles, and they've been successful between the tackles running behind that Trojan O-line.
2nd down and 3 now for Girard after the 7-yard gain by Love.
Salmon's just going to take his time, let that play clock run down.
Down to 10 now. Now he'll go to work. Here's a snap. Hand off to Love, straight ahead. He'll have enough for the 1st down across the 45 to about the 42. Near side official, they have him at about the 41.
As a D lineman, you try to find little tricks and things that you can take advantage of. You try to get that little jump on the O lineman. I think I would have discovered Salmon's hand movements at the snap. That's a giveaway as to when that ball's coming. And if you could keep an eye on that as a D lineman, I think eventually by this point in the game you'd have had that timed out pretty well. He's really obvious when he goes up there to make that play, but
animated.
It seems to be what helps him get moving forward. Yep, there we go.
Hand off to Love again, working off the left side of that line, had a little bit, and then drug down after a gain of about 5, maybe 6 yards.
But the first time he did that movement and didn't call for the snap, I'd be one of those guys that jumped off.
So. Call it a gain of 6 there on 1st down for Love.
Broncos, Spring Hill that I cover, typically their quarterback is clapping, and that clap has been very useful in short yardage, getting a free 5 downs. 5 yards is that clap. Snap.
Yeah.
Used to just be hike.
Yeah.
Just say hike.
Just not cool anymore.
Or
it's falling out of fashion.
Yeah. A lot of things have fallen out of fashion in football except for blocking and tackling.
Salmons with a quick pitch. Bowen around the corner. He's got room. 30, 20, 15, and undercut. And he'll be marked down at about the 14.
DeBrava got away with a hold on this edge to seal that edge.
Juan Torres with the tackle.
I think the edge has been there all night long. Trojans, when they've ran out to that perimeter, especially with Bowen, Blair.
Gain of 22 on the play. About 3.5 to play in the game. Trojan offense taking their time. Trying to have a long time consuming drive here that ends in a score. Salmons straight ahead to Love. Stiff arms off a man and into the end zone. Junior Love finds pay dirt, and the Trojans have a 43-7 lead.
I just feel like it was inevitable for Love to eventually get one and get into that secondary and break enough tackles to get up there. He's found himself in that position a few times tonight, and they were able to just get him bottled up at that safety spot. But this time, once he got to that second level, he was done.
54 yards in 5 plays for the Trojans.
Clock's running.
Okay. Yep, and we are over the threshold for the running clock. And that was a bad snap. And Trojans trying to make something out of nothing. As Ognabini running for his life. Trying to throw over the top, and that one's picked off. Well, that was interesting.
He had some guys wide open on the far side. He was ever getting his eyes over there, but he was bottled up pretty well.
Because his legs and shoulders and everything else were all the way on this end of the field. 43-7, Trojans lead at 2:32 to play, fourth quarter. Clock is running. Got an update from
their the volleyball squad. They're 0-2 in pool play, so that's usually going to spell a one-day trip out to Hutchinson, but lost in straight sets to Hoisington 25-21, 25-16, and just lost in straight sets to Neodesha 25-21, 25-23. That one's that's what I popped in over there to listen to Murph for that close second set, trying to get to the third. Not able to do that, and they just went live with Frontenac and Girard. You'll be able to watch or listen to some volleyball after our football broadcast is done, it sounds like, with Murph out there.
Clock under 2 minutes, and by the time they get this thing kicked off, maybe time for one play for Bishop Ward, but the Trojans going to come out of here with a win tonight, and that means a trip to Topeka next week to take on Hayden, who kicked the tar out of Highland Park tonight. Or I'm sorry, out of Hiawatha tonight.
What is the score of that Pittsburgh Highland Park game?
They were up 49-18.
That's good.
Short, high kick. Fielded by Edward Freeman. Now Freeman's off to the races, and the Trojans
pulling.
We're just trying to keep this one interesting for everybody.
Kickoff coverage team's going to have some work to do on Monday and some film to watch as far as where they need to be on that coverage team, because you can't give those up next week, certainly. And Zeb Poland been the safety valve back-to-back kickoffs.
You got some kids from Bishop Ward just gutting this one out, BJ.
They really have. And they've been disciplined enough. Obviously, some of those offsides and jumping off sides and stuff have not helped them, but they've been gritty. They've really stuck with it.
Pass over the top and a catch, and they're going to get in the end zone. Was that Jefferson again?
Left-handed freshman. Put that one on the spot. That slant route's been there, too. All night long they've been able to.
That was Micah Neely on the reception, and he gets into the end zone. And so Bishop Ward's still playing. You're going to have to hustle if they want to get this extra point attempt.
It's technically not 35 points anymore either.
Nope.
But once that starts, I think it keeps on. So he should stop the clock. Yeah. To allow for the kick.
Torres on to attempt the point after. Low snap. One hops to the holder, who is Devontae Davis. And he's going to get in for the 2-point conversion as the buzzer sounds. And the Trojans are going to win this one 43-15. Wasn't entirely pretty, but the Trojans do come out on top. Certainly entertaining, and the Trojans will travel up to Topeka next week to take on Topeka Hayden. And
just while we got the people that we have here, as far as how that works going into next week, and I'll tell as many folks as I can despite the numerous conversations I'll have next week, but once we get into this point in the season, the rights to those games go to the state of Kansas State High School Activities Association. They have a partnership with the NFHS network.
Out of Kentucky.
And so They will have the rights to those games. They determine whether or not we have the opportunity to go broadcast those games. We will apply for the opportunity to broadcast those on Monday. Actually, I'll do it over the weekend. We won't know until Monday whether we'll have the opportunity to be up there. And if we're not, you'll have the options that they have at their disposal. We may consider doing something audio only or something like that up there. But regardless, that's kind of how that works. And we'll have to do that with all 8 of our high schools on Monday to figure out which ones we're allowed to broadcast or not. But that's
what a great policy.
It's the situation we are in at this point.
It's really awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the Eastside Cafe post-game show. And we're going to have an Eastside Cafe breakfast tomorrow, I think, BJ. Get us some short stacks.
I wonder how long those go. I don't really plan on having a real early morning.
For $1. No. Me neither. So they better just keep those going for a full 24 hours.
That's right.
after the game. I hope that's in the contract. We'll step away for a quick break. We come back. Post-game show. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live. Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Hello, 4 States. This is Jay Hatfield with the Jay Hatfield Auto Group. We've been serving the 4 States area for over 29 years, and we now have 6 locations which offer Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Each of our locations is operated by a Jay Hatfield family member or managing partner. At Jay Hatfield, we're here to earn your business and trust. We have approximately 300 pre-owned and 300 new vehicles in stock or on their way, and we're making deals. Come see us at Jay Hatfield location today and let us make you part of the Jay Hatfield family.
The first one here is a 2017 Ford Focus with only 21,000 miles. That one's not for sale though. I'm going to probably keep that one.
Hi, my name's Eddie.
2016 Chevy Malibu with only 13,000 miles, but I might hang on to that one too. So let me show you the next one. Ford F-150, but that one's going to stay with me too. So let's go down to the next one here.
Hi, I'm Eddie.
2017 F-150, so we have 3 of them. I could probably let that one go.
Hi, my name's Eddie.
2015 Ford Transit Cargo. I'm going to keep that one because I have to move here soon. But the rest of them, you're welcome to come out and look at. And I think you'd like a lot of them. We appreciate your business.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. The Trojans victorious tonight over the Bishop Ward Cyclone, 43-15. This is the Eastside Cafe postgame show brought to you by Eastside Cafe. If you haven't been there, come experience the best breakfast in town, 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard, proud supporters of Trojan Athletics. And I think they're being modest there, BJ. I think perhaps maybe the best breakfast in Crawford County.
It's the best in Crawford County, and the address on there is kind of a way, because people use Eastside Cafe as a location in which to tell other people how to get places.
Right.
So I don't know why we put the address in there.
The fairgrounds is 2 miles east of Eastside Cafe. Yeah. Well, a fantastic breakfast, and tomorrow, $1 Trojan sack short stacks.
Yeah, they made up for maybe a couple of games where they left those on the vine because they had more than one sack here tonight. I think it probably ended up the game with at least 3, and then a few tackles for loss to boot along with it, interception.
Well, so 3 sacks. So you could go in and try and barter your way to a 33-cent short stack, but good luck with that. I'll go ahead and pay $1. But the Trojans, a good effort tonight. At times it was pretty, at times it was not. It was entertaining nonetheless. And this Bishop Ward squad, BJ, I think they showed up and really kind of represented themselves and showed a lot of pride.
Yeah, they did. And, it was weird in here. It was weird with the atmosphere, with the other team not really bringing much of a crowd. Your energy's got to get high on your own. You've got to be able to sustain that for the whole game. And you saw that kind of ebb and flow. I think that's natural. You've got young kids, young boys out here that are going to play emotionally, and they're going to allow that emotion to dictate kind of their energy, in certain situations. And I think we saw that where they may have relaxed on the back end defensively. Bishop Ward's maybe just a little too athletic to take advantage, and they took advantage of that. And so you can't do that type of thing mentally, but all in all, kind of gritty. Bring your lunch pail, get a job done. You get to play what could be your last game here at home was a win. That's always good when you're a senior. And so I'm excited for the Trojans to go up to Topeka Hayden. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And right now, Hayden's continually one of the best teams in the state of Kansas in 3A, and that's what they've got on the docket.
It's going to be a tough one next week up in Topeka, and we'll see if we're able to bring you that one or not. It may have to be audio only, and we'll find out. Keep you posted throughout the week. Trojans come out on top tonight, 43-15, and just some wild plays tonight. Bishop Ward made some good ones on their own. Their passing game really kind of opened up in that second half, but man, I'm going to go back tonight and watch the interception for Blake Brocob where it just absolutely drilled the umpire in the head, caromed off, and Brocob, right place, right time, just landed right in his breadbasket, and then nothing but open field in front of him, took it all the way to the house, and really that was the backbreaker in the game as Trojans able to just kind of put this one to bed after that point.
Yeah, that happened in a way that I got to believe Blake may have been thinking as he's running across the goal line, wasn't I on defense just a second ago?
Yeah.
Like, why am I doing? How did this happen?
And it's one of those plays that you think eventually an official is going to blow a whistle, blow it dead some way, somehow. Like, they can't possibly let this happen. And sure enough, chaos reigned, and Blake Brocob
There's a chance that whistle was down his throat.
Swallowed. Oh, my goodness. There is a chance. I mean, he may have, hopefully hit him in the back of the head. And because you think elsewise, you might lose some teeth. I mean, that ball had some pepper on it. And I'm definitely going home and watching that one tonight.
It hits the part of the head that makes it continue to stay in some trajectory that allows him to make the interception there. So,
well, let's bring in a guy who is even closer to the action on that play here in just a minute. And we're going to take a quick break. We come back. We'll have head coach Neil Philpott, and we'll talk over all the action from tonight's game. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage, Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs. You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field here in Girard. Right now we're joined by head coach Neil Philpott. And coach, a good win tonight for your team, a kind of a wild game. And I thought the kids from Bishop Ward, even though they came in with a 2-6 record, they played with a lot of heart tonight.
Yeah, I don't think told somebody it's not you shouldn't look at their record. You should watch them film and see who they got, because they've got some kids out there that I think play hard and I think are skilled. Got some big kids on the offensive and defensive line. And they've played some bigger schools and good schools at that. And so you can't really just say their record is what they are, because I think they are better than that. And I thought it was a challenge for us tonight. I mean, we had the ball bounce right for us, obviously, a couple times, but they missed some shots. Our kids were in the position at times to challenge a couple of those, but I could see how they caused problems for people. So I thought our kids did a tremendous job of rallying to the ball and tackling and getting a lot of bodies there, similar to the Burlington game a couple weeks back, that I thought we really kind of just kept coming, and it kind of never let them get started too much. But survive in advance, win, and you get practice next week, and that's special this time of year. So I think our kids, like I said, proud of them, played hard, and had a nice night.
The defense played pretty well in that second half. They got put in a couple tough situations and really kind of came through and got stops when you needed them to. Got the advantage of a fumble call down here on this end. It seemed like it could have gone either way, but Blair able to get in there and strip that ball loose, and guys come up with a big turnover deep in your own territory.
Yeah, it was one of those things where you're screaming incomplete. No, he caught it now.
That was a football move.
But he's caused some turnovers the last couple of weeks and been in the mix of it. But yeah, I feel like our defense did that. They bent at times, but never really broke. And that's proud of that, because that's sometimes what you got to do. You just got to give up a play. No damage is done. You got to reboot and get going. And I thought our offensive line did a nice job. I thought running backs, quarterbacks, we ran the ball well. We needed to. We got maybe a little cute at times. I thought finally got our rocket toss going a little bit. And that was a big one for us to get some chunk plays, and So we've got some work to do still. We can always get better, and whoever you play now is going to be good. You have to bring your best step forward each night, and so we're going to go back and watch film. It's never as good as you think, never as bad as you think. So we're going to go see what we can fix and hope to do that this week in practice.
Now, selfishly, I got to ask you about Blake's deflection, interception, return.
Yeah.
Could you hear that ball?
You could hear it bounce off of him. They had a couple tough nights. I think the officials started firing back because it bounced off his head, and our guy and Brokaw picked it and sixed it, and then the following kick, Zeb throws a tee off the field and drills the side judge on accident, and then their official on the far end throws the ball across the field and drills Aiden Ashbacher in the back of the head. So there was shots fired all across the board tonight. So they were trying to get back at us, I guess. So, but
yeah, and I thought at some point in time, on a crazy play like that, usually somebody blows a whistle and they just, it all goes to naught. But BJ kind of theorized that perhaps he swallowed his whistle.
He might have. He might have been. It took him a second to daze him, but somebody else would have thought of blowing a whistle and just checked on him. So
you guys didn't run him through the concussion protocol over here on the
we didn't. They might have over there, but I'll talk to Todd and see if we got that handled.
All right, well, scary situation. I'm glad everybody came through it okay. And so next week on the road at Topeka Hayden, what do you think you guys need to work on most this week in practice to get ready for that one?
Just a little bit of everything. I mean, I think we just kind of fine tune some things, get a beat on what they do. I haven't seen really very much of what they are. I mean, I did see their roster. It looks like it's like a 1990 mid-90s Pitt State alumni record. McGiverns and Hanekas and Bakers not Bakers. Becker. I don't know if those are all relations, but they got to be something in there. So, anyways, it's I'm sure they'll be good. They're a good team, and we're gonna have to put our best foot forward.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for coming up and talking to us. Congratulations on the win tonight, and enjoy the weekend.
Will do. Thank you.
All right, that's head coach Neil Philpott. Our post-game coach interviews brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. We'll step away for our final break of the Community National out of the Eastside Cafe post-game show, and we will be back to put a bow on this one from here in Girard. Trojans win at 43-15 over the Bishop Ward Cyclone. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com. Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Why settle for less than the best? Croc-Can's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Croc-Can has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Croc-Can.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs.
All right, welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans win over the Bishop Ward Cyclone 43-15. As a community service, let's jump over and take a listen at Jess Murphy calling the Girard Frontenac game at state volleyball tournament. This has been pretty much gold. We've been listening to it through the phone, so we're going to give you a taste.
Good hustle. Lindsay passes it across the court out of bounds. No one could get to it. There's Frontenac first lead of the game. We've talked about it before. We've beat Frontenac, but I think we've beat them in 3 most of the time. They always seem to steal a set from us. Lindsay's passed it to Grace. Grace goes to Rachel, pounds it down. Frontenac digs it out. They're going to push it across. Maddie to Gracie. Gracie back across to Erica. Smokes that.
Oh, my goodness.
We cut him off
we
right
cut
now.
him off right there. Oh, my gosh.
He couldn't hear it. Daryl didn't know.
Well, BJ, where can people hear that? If they
Girard Sports Live.
All right.
Sportslive.com. Those links are up there right now,
man.
playing Frontenac.
He's doing so much better than we are right now.
He had Girard leading 1-0 in that match between Girard and Frontenac out there at Hutchinson. He's well behind schedule, so he's still on the air when we're going off the air. So if you want to keep your Trojan night of fun going, they've got some state volleyball happening still here on Girard Sports Live.
All right. That's going to do it for us, though, here from Frank Jameson Field. Trojans win it 43-15 for B.J. Harris and Daryl McLeod in mission control. Sarah Goebel running the cameras. B.J. Harris.
Cole Graham.
And Cole Graham over there. She showed up late. That's what happens when you show up late, Cole. And thank you for watching. You've been watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks for watching. From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.